Welcome back to Southern Utah University. This way championship game. Scott Langford here calling the game for the Beavers. Welcome back. Scott Langford calling the game for the Beavers here from Southern Utah University. And it's time for the Delta City kickoff of today's championship game between the South Summit Wildcats and the Beaver Beavers. And Delta City kickoff sponsored by Delta City, of course. Explore Western Millard County's ATV trails, rock hounding, trilobite sites, 18-hole golf course, water sports, hunting, fishing, and more. That's Delta City. So it's time for the kickoff. Right now it's the coin flip out at midfield. And we'll put our spotter, Tyler Moss, on to see who wins this toss and see who elects to receive to start the game. I would guess if South Summit wins the toss, they want the ball first, as they are an offensive power in 2A and would like to get a fast start against the Beaver defense. So looking at the championship game histories between these two teams have squared off 6 times, first in 1973, and the Beavers came ahead with that one, 30-0 in the 1A classification. And then again in 1997, this time the South Summit Wildcats defeated the Beavers 16-6. In 79, the Wildcats lost to Beaver 24-9, still in 1A. And then the next 2 games were, of course, the last 2 years. In 2015, the Wildcats lost to Beaver 33-0. And then in 2016, 55-35. And it was a pretty exciting matchup last year. Tied 21-21 at the half. And then it was pretty much all Beaver in that second half of the championship game. Beaver got out to a big lead. But then that high-powered offense of South Summit scores 2 touchdowns at the end of the first half to knot that game at 21. And then it set the stage for that second half. So taking a look, it looks like Beaver won the toss and elected to put their defense on the field and give that ball to the South Summit Wildcats. South Summit will defend the south end zone. So it's time for our kickoff of this afternoon's championship matchup between the Beavers and the Wildcats. So this will be both teams have some good seniors. South Summit's got a junior quarterback that's one of the best in the state, and they also have a couple of great players in number 2, Parker Grajek. And I remember talking to Parker when he was a sophomore up at Weber State University, and great young man, nice to be able to talk to him. And then they've got Keegan Strocker, one of the state's leading receivers, who's playing one of his last games. Of course, Jackson Lashy, he's out with a broken leg. And then another senior, Cole Reedhead and Jackson Sargent for South Summit, good players among some others. For the Beavers, it's a senior-dominated team. And right now it'll be Walter LeBaron with the Delta City opening kickoff. And it'll be Strocker back for the Wildcats, along with Danzy and Reedhead. Kick is away. It's a deep kick taken right at the 1-yard line, and it will be Strocker with it. Comes across that left side, hit immediately, breaks away, and then goes backwards. He'll get out to the 16-yard line, and that's where the Wildcats will start. First down and 10 yards to go. So decent field position. That's right at the 15-yard line is where the final spot was. And now the junior quarterback, Cale Atkinson, will bring the Wildcats up to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers right, 2 left, with Atkinson alone in the backfield. Now quick pitch out to Strocker around the right side. Good blocking, but a nice play out there by the Beavers. And it looks like Rhett Jordan disrupted it the first time and then cleaned up, I believe, by Radden. The Beavers will play a 3-man front. Looks like more pass defense for the Beavers, obviously necessary for these South Summit Wildcats. Atkinson with a quick pass out to the right side, blocking ahead, near first down yardage, out past the 20-yard line, out near the 24. It'll be 3rd down and short for South Summit. So complete to Parker Grajek on that right side. Quick no-huddle offense for South Summit. So it'll be 3rd down and about 2 yards to go for the Wildcats. Atkinson hands off on the right side. Easy for the first down into the secondary. Breaks 2 tackles across the 30 to the 34-yard line before he finally is taken down at the 35. That was Jared Danzy, and Danzy did a nice job of breaking 2 tackles, one at the line of scrimmage and one a little further down as he slips one of the tackles. And he does have the first down of the game. That's a Dairy Farmers America first down for South Summit. We're just underway here at Southern Utah University. 10:43 left in the first. No score. First possession of the game for South Summit. They're on their own 35-yard line. Now a false start on South Summit will be the first penalty of the game. So it is a false start. That was called quickly. So it must have been an illegal adjustment by one of the linemen. So it'll be first down, 15 yards to go. Danzy in the backfield with Atkinson. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Beaver with a 3-man defensive front. Now Albrecht sneaks over in the linebacker position. Atkinson looking to his left. Pass is away up, intended for Strocker, and it's caught at the 45-yard line. Call it the 48-yard line. It'll be a first down, South Summit. Just a nice quick-hitting slant from Atkinson to Strocker, and that's the first pass completion to Strocker of what might be many this afternoon. South Summit knocking on the Beaver door at the 49-yard line. Second first down of the game for South Summit. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Atkinson will stay alone in the backfield. Beaver stay with that 3-man front. Atkinson quickly out on the side to Danzy. Danzy will go around the right side, breaks a tackle, near first down yardage again. And credit the blocking on that outside receiver on the top by number 21, Cole Reedhead, as he does a great job of sealing the coverage and allowing Danzy the yards. So it was actually Reedhead as well as Grayjack on the blocking, those of you who are watching the stream live. And a second down and 1. Into Beaver territory goes South Summit. They're at the 43-yard line. Atkinson takes the cue from the sideline. 3 receivers left now, 2 in the stack on the right side. And they barely get that away before, oh no, didn't quite get it away, and I believe is it going to be a timeout or a flag? So it'll be a Fish Lake Lumber timeout here from Southern Utah. We'll be back in 1 minute.
For all your real estate and land buying needs, look no further than Title First in Beaver, Utah. Owners Jeremy and Alicia Gale are lifelong residents of Beaver and know how important it is to trust the company you choose to help with your real estate transactions. The friendly staff at Title First will assist you with your deed preparation, refinancing, and closing and escrow services. When buying and selling real estate or refinancing an existing loan, tell your real estate agent or lender that you want to work with Title First. Visit Jeremy and the staff at Title First at 190 North, 100 East, or call 438-5621. Title First, a proud Beaver High School sponsor. Tony and Dave's Auto is an I-CAR Gold Class certified collision repair center conveniently located on Beaver's Main Street. Tony and Dave's offers body and fender work, windshield replacement and chip repair, mufflers, tailpipes, state vehicle inspections, mobile auto glass, and mechanical services. Tony and Dave's takes pride in the details and works hard to make sure that every vehicle is restored to its original condition. Tony, Bree, and the Robinson family are proud supporters of Beaver High School and want to wish their teams the best.
If there's a community improvement project.
Welcome back. It's second down and 1. Atkinson back to pass, looking left. Has a pass over the middle, and it is going to be just out over the outstretched hands of Jared Danzy. Beautiful play by the South Summit Wildcats. Danzy broke into the open. There was some coverage and just slightly overthrown. So it'll be third down and 1 in what would likely be 4-down territory for South Summit. Danzy now back in the backfield with Atkinson. 2 receivers light. Backs him back to pass again. Looking over the middle. Scrambling now to his left. Has a lot of room on this left side across the 40. First down. 30 down the 25-yard line. Makes a move. 20, 15-yard line. He'll go out of bounds. And he'll have a first down inside the red zone for South Summit. You can see the Beavers with that 3-man front all got pushed to that left side as he made a move. And that broke the containment for Atkinson, and he had a mile on that left side, went for about 20 yards. How far did he go on that, Tyler? 21 yards on the rush for Atkinson, and it's a first down and 10 at the 16-yard line. 3 receivers right. Atkinson rolling to his right, back to pass. Has some pressure coming from the backside, passes away, and out of bounds over the head of Parker Grayjack. It will be second down and 10. Good coverage by the Beavers. Williams. That time Atkinson did have a little bit of pressure by Walter LeBaron as he was blitzing on that right side, but picked up by the South Summit offensive line. So second down 10. No score here from Southern Utah University, but the South Summit Wildcats on the Beaver 16-yard line. 8:38 left in the first. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Danzy in the backfield with Atkinson. Atkinson takes a snap. Quick pass out again over to Reedhead. Reedhead around the right side. Nice blocking on the edge. And it's going to go inside the 10-yard line around the 8. It'll be first down and goal or near that. We'll have to see if that's a first down or not. And it is first and goal from the 8-yard line. So Atkinson so far has been deadly in the passing attack. Oh, it is third down and 2. And Atkinson will keep it himself, go near the 5-yard line. The ball's loose on the field, and we'll see who recovers. Beaver does recover, so the first turnover of the game comes to the Beavers inside the 5-yard line. And both coaches talked about the importance of ball control as South Summit goes all the way from their own 16 down to the Beaver 5. If you're watching the replay, stripped away right inside the 5, and only Beaver players there to recover. So the Beaver have it on the 3. So a big play by the Beaver defense as Atkinson had a first down. And now it'll be the senior quarterback, Porter Hollingshead, taking the snap. He'll roll to his right, back to pass over the head of Williams. And it will be second down and 10. Had a wide open receiver downfield in Albrecht and wasn't able to see him. That was a designed pass play to Williams. So it'll be second down and 10. So at the 8:30 mark, the South Summit Wildcats go all the way from the 16 down to the 3 before the fumble stopped that drive. So the Beavers now with their first opportunity. Second down and 10. And there will be a flag, and it might be encroachment on the defense. Seen that every game against the Beavers. They do the offensive line shift. And it will be 5 yards against South Summit. Second penalty of the game for the Wildcats. Now the Beavers are running team. They'll run the wing tee with a little bit of option mixed in. And so second down and 5 is a down the Beavers look for. So 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left for the Beavers. Radden in the backfield with Hollingshead. Hollingshead and Radden, the 2 seniors and leading rushers for the team. Hand off to Radden. Radden goes forward across the 10 and first down yardage. And the Beavers with their first down. And that's a Dairy Farmers America first down. Get the best and freshest cheese products direct from the factory and gifts, snacks, drinks, ice cream, and more at the DFA Cache Valley Cheese Chalet in the south end of Beaver. So first down and 10. The ball's out to the 14-yard line. 8:06 left in the first. No score. First possession for the Beavers. Hollingshead back to pass again, looking to the left side. Has a receiver. That's Jordan at the 20, and he'll go down at the 21-yard line. Gain of 7 on first down. Taking a look at the replay, you can see the Jordan came from the inside with an out pattern, and on the out pattern, took the quick pass from Hollingshead for that 7-yard gain. 2 receivers left and right. Radden in the backfield with Hollingshead. Second and 3. Hand off to Radden. Radden along across the left side, and he's going to run into number 52, Jackson Sargent, and he'll limit Radden to about a yard on the play. It'll be third and short. Sargent makes a nice play on that defensive side as he just busts through the Beaver offensive line and able to make the stop for a short gain. So third down and 2. Again, the Beavers senior dominated. Hollingshead rolls to the right, follows Carter. Hollingshead breaks up, twists around, across the 25-yard line. He'll have first down yardage. Another first down for Beaver. This is what Porter Hollingshead has done all season long as he finds that seam. He's got his big lineman. And then Hollingshead, very elusive in the backfield. And he's one of the state's leading rusher. Matter of fact, in 2A, he has the most yards of all running backs, averaging almost 130 yards per game for the Beavers. First and 10, 6:41 left in the first. Back to pass, quick pass to the right. It's Jordan. He'll make a cutback, cross the 30-yard line, and gain of about 4 or 5 on first down for Jordan. That's his second reception of the afternoon. One of the things Coach Grajek talked about before this game is that the Beavers have other weapons, and he said last week the Beavers didn't really need to use any of their weapons as the running game was working so well, but he expected more passing today, and we've seen that so far in the Beavers. Hollingshead takes it up the middle. Big gap, has a hole, goes across for first down yardage to the 42-yard line. Another first down for Beaver High School. Both teams moving the ball early in this game. Hollingshead makes a fake, and a lot of players went after Radden, thinking that he had the ball, but Hollingshead able to move forward through the shifting lineman, and he picked up the first down. The ball's on the 42-yard line of the Beavers. Two receivers right and left. Radden stays in the backfield. Now Hollingshead in the shotgun. Hollingshead will follow the blockers, Radden, and he'll gain 5 or 6 yards on first down, and it'll bring second down at about 5. 5:39 left in this first quarter of play. No score. So far a no-scoring event here in this championship game. These two teams have piled on the yards in championship games. Again, the Beavers 2 years ago with that 33-0 win against the Wildcats, and then last year 55-35. Second down and 5. Hollingshead in the shotgun. He'll follow his blockers on the right side. Not much there. Good coverage by South Summit. They said the ball's on the field, and we'll see what happens. And it is a fumble by the Beavers, and South Summit recovers. So the teams trade turnovers, and the Beavers give it back to the Wildcats. 5:04 left in the first. Let's take a look at the replay. Hollingshead moving up in the middle and just stripped out by the Wildcats. Couldn't see which one punched it out, but it was a player from the side, and South Summit starts on the Beaver 48-yard line. So second possession for South Summit. Their first possession ended in a fumble inside the 5. Atkinson pitches out the right to Danzy. Danzy on the right side is going to be taken down near the line of scrimmage. Boy, he really runs hard, takes some big hits, and he'll lose 1 on the play. He might have got back to the original line of scrimmage. That was a tough run. For those of you watching on the internet, Danzy takes a couple shots, and credit him to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And this will be second down and 10. The Beavers now look like they've got a 4-man front rather than the 3. Nope, still a 3-man front. Second down and 10. 4 receivers to the right side for South Summit. The left side of the field all empty. And it's going to be a pitch out to Danzy on that right side. Danzy across for first down yardage. There's a flag on the play in the area of holding. It'll go down to the 36-yard line. And it'll be, we'll see what happens on the flag. So we'll take a look and see what the call is. And it is holding on the Wildcats. So instead of a first down, that'll move them back to second down and about 15 yards to go. The holding downfield. And where the flag is, it wasn't necessarily by the ball carrier. So a mistake for the South Summit Wildcats. Again, no score here at Southern Utah University in this championship game. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. South Summit with the ball on their own 47-yard line. Strocker in motion. And Atkinson, a little bit of a busted play, goes to the right side, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but not much more there. That was just confusion as Atkinson turned and pivoted and was going to throw the ball, but good coverage. Walter LeBaron and Austin Carter in the backfield disrupting that play, and Atkinson might have made the wise choice by keeping that and just taking the 1-yard loss. So it'll be third down and 16 yards to go from the Beaver 47. 3 receivers right, 4 receivers right. Parker Grajek on the top. Atkinson rolls to right. It's going to be a pitch out to Grajek. A lot of room on this left side. He's going to pass. Back to pass. The pass is up. Good coverage by the Beavers, but Strocker just steps in and takes it away from the Beavers inside the 10-yard line. A good hook up all the way from the 47-yard line down to the 6. So that's 44 and 3. 47-yard completion from Atkinson to Strocker, and Keegan Strocker just makes a great adjustment on the ball and steps in front of the Beavers' defensive back and takes it away, and that's why he is one of the state's leaders. Now first and goal for the Wildcats on the 6. 3:06 left in the first quarter. That's the big play And for the passing Grayjack, that'll be his first completion of this game. Not necessarily his only pass. He's 6 for 13 on the season with 3 touchdowns. Atkinson now with the ball, rolling to the right side, trying to find a receiver. He's going to try to get in himself, gets inside the 5, but he's going to be driven back at about the 2-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal. So good coverage in the end zone by the Beaver defense as Atkinson rolls to the right. And Beaver defense with Radden and Jordan on the tackle. 2 receivers left with Grayjack in the top. Give me a hand off to Danzy. He'll walk in the end zone untouched. Touchdown, South Summit. So South Summit at the 2:19 mark of the first quarter play. They score first blood here in the 2A championship game, and they lead 6-0 with the extra point coming up. And Jared Danzy just walked in untouched on that left side of the line. So Cole Georgie will kick the extra point for South Summit. And can't see the number for the hold. Snap is back, and the kick is down and is up and good. 7-0 when we come back.
If there's a community improvement project in the works, you will usually find many of our employees in the middle of it, doing what they can to help out. They're hometown people, just like you. They belong to service groups, church groups, and other community service organizations that work to make the hometowns we serve better places to live. Utah Independent Bank, member FDIC. Hometown people, hometown spirit.
Welcome back. It was Jared Danzy going in from 2 yards out for the first touchdown of this game. It's 7-0 South Summit, 2:19. As Danzy gets into the Millard County Credit Union end zone for low interest rates on auto and RV loans, online banking, and convenient and mobile banking. Millard County Credit Union in Delta and Fillmore. So the South Summit Wildcats make it interesting with the first touchdown of the game. And they do so after a long pass from Parker Grayjack to Keegan Strocker. That set it up for the first and goal. So now South Summit will kick off to the Beavers. 2:19 left in the first, 7-0. Georgie with the kickoff, and it'll be Jordan back. Now a short kick coming. That kick will drop out of bounds, so it'll be a penalty. The Beavers can either take it at take the penalty and re-kick, or they'll just take the yardage, typically, which is what happens, as the ball will be on the 35-yard line. So 35-yard line is where the Beavers will start first down and 10. Again, the Beavers both teams' first possessions ended in a fumble. South Summit at the 5 and the Beavers at the 48-yard line of South Summit. Hollingshead back in, and it's going to be an option on the left side. Hollingshead will keep it, go up the middle. He'll break 1 tackle and about 8 yards on first down. And the Beavers' running attack continues to churn out the yards for Beaver High School. Just a reminder, with 7-0, that's the Eagles Landing scoreboard for gas, snacks, and Champs Chicken, High Country Deli, and more. It's the Eagles Landing scoreboard. North Interchange in Beaver. Hollingshead with a handoff. Now keeps it, yeah, it is a handoff to Radden. And Radden very near first down yardage. He might be short. It depends on the mark. Nope, first down, Beaver High School. So that's another Dairy Farmers of America first down. If you haven't visited Dairy Farmers of America, you can do so on your way home today. Cheese curd, all kinds of cheese, ice cream, and more at the DFA Cache Valley Chalet on the south end of Beaver. So it's first down for the Beavers. Nose of the ball just crossed the 45-yard line with 1:30 left in this first quarter of play. Hollingshead fakes, back to pass. Pass is going to be intended for number 41, Walter LeBaron, but a great hit. Now there will be a penalty, and that might be one of those a little bit too excited about the hit. Might be an unsportsmanlike conduct. We'll see what the call is. So after it was a big hit and a great hit by South Summit. So they do call unsportsmanlike conduct against South Summit. So a big mistake after a great play, just kind of celebrated over the receiver a little bit, and it drew the 15-yard penalty And that'll put the ball down near the 40. So inside South Summit territory goes the Beavers with 1:23 left in the first. They're down 7-0 to South Summit in this first quarter. Hollingshead under center. He hands off to Radden. Radden breaks across the right side. Big hole. Goes through the safety across the 35, down, 25 down to the 23-yard line. And on first down, the Beavers get about 17 yards. You can see the great blocking by the Beavers offensive line. Big number 75 for the Beavers in there clearing the way. The offensive line has Brody Munoz, but the offensive line for the Beavers all season long has cleared the path for Radden and Hollingshead. First down and 10. The Beavers approaching the red zone on the 23. Hollingshead takes the snap, back to pass, looking to his right. The pass is up and going to be incomplete. And good incompletion as Jordan was well covered over the middle. So it'll be second down and 10. Clock stopped with 53 seconds left in this first quarter. Still looking for the South Creek Shell hit of the game, offering everything from Burger King to gas snacks and over 1,200 tires in stock. South Creek Shell at the South I-15 interchange in Beaver. So Beaver back with a second down and 10. The ball's at the 23. Hollingshead takes the ball up the middle. Boy, he's hit immediately as 79 and 61 on the tackle for South Summit. And that's Gordon Hermanson. And let's see, I've got the name. I'm going to have to get the right name for, I think it's Brown, number 79. So it'll be third down and 10. The Beavers in four-down territory. 25 seconds left. Might be the last play of the first quarter. Two receivers left, two right for Beaver. Radden in the slot with Hollingshead taking the shotgun snap. Now the pass is up and is away and over the head of the intended receiver. And that brings up a third down and 10 for the Beavers with 12 seconds left. So another play and a fourth down one at that. So you can see in the replay, the receiver kind of held up at the line, so unable to get clear of the defensive back, so the ball sails free into the end zone. So fourth down and 10, the Beavers with decision time. And the Beavers will take a timeout. We'll take it as well. It's a Fish Lake Lumber timeout. Take a time to tackle a fix-it project or just stock up on IFA animal feed and Ace Hardware Supplies, all at Fish Lake Lumber in Beaver. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Reflect your personality onto your belongings. With Utah Hydrographics, we take any of your items and give it a custom dip job with the pattern of your choice.
And I think it's...
Sick of water ruining your groceries? Problem solved. Avoid the mess and keep it fresh with Cooler Tray. From guides and outfitters to the average Joe, let Phone Scope help capture those memories that last a lifetime.
Just say, who's 79 again?
Scoped Industries, proudly made in Utah.
So facing a fourth down and 10, the Beavers take timeout with 12 seconds left in the quarter. They're down 7-0, but a very important down for both teams, for the Beaver offense as well as the South Summit defense. As the Beavers will go for it. As it stands, that would be a 30, almost a 40-yard kick. So Porter Hollingshead in the shotgun. Back to pass with a quick pass out to Radden. Radden covered immediately. Great play by South Summit. Beavers will turn the ball over on downs, and that's Reedhead on the outside, and he's helped out by number 73, Drew Howard. So now South Summit will take over. The Beavers lose on that play, and that goes out to the 27-yard line with 7 seconds left. I said it would be the last play about 3 plays ago, but these couple of second plays have been quick. So first down and 10 for South Summit. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Dan's in the backfield with Atkinson, who will be in the shotgun. And they'll have to run Cole Georgie off the field. So had 1 extra player. They only got 10 players on the field. Hand off to Danzy up the middle. Danzy with a big hole up the middle. And he cuts back across the 40. Breaks 2 tackles. Now another one near midfield. And Danzy will go out of bounds. And now a late hit, I believe, on the Beavers will add 15 yards to this one as we start second quarter play. We'll keep it here for just a second and hear the call by the official. So the time is expired in this first quarter. And we'll wait and see what the final call is. So dead ball, personal foul. Late hit out of bounds by the Beavers. That adds 15 yards, and we'll be back. It'll be second quarter action after this.
Your local auto parts store is under new management. Beaver CarQuest, Bose Auto, is proud to be serving Beaver County residents with all their auto parts needs. Bose Auto can provide parts for small projects like lawnmowers, big projects like farm equipment, and everything in between. Delivery is also available. The friendly staff is always happy to come in after hours to assist with any emergencies that you may have. Bo and the staff vow to listen and always put their customers first and truly appreciate the support from the community. That's Bose Auto Parts at 85 North Main in Beaver. Call 438-2347.
Scott and Lori Robinson and the employees of Beaver Drug and Gift are lifetime supporters of Beaver High School. Beaver Drug and Gift is a full-service hometown pharmacy that provides personalized information about your medications, as well as insurance information, and can even help you understand Medicare Part D benefits. Beaver Drug and Gift has a wide range of gift ideas and a full-service floral department for gifts for any occasion. For friendly and professional service, visit your neighbors of Beaver Drug and Gift at 98 North Main or call 438-2470. Beaver Drug and Gift, proud supporters of Beaver High School.
Welcome back, and it's first down. That penalty brings the ball up to the 35-yard line, and that's of the Beavers. Danzy around the left side, and South Summit with a 3-down lineman saying, well, we're going to go ahead and run a little bit, and Jared Danzy having some success. As Danzy will pick up some more yards. So Danzy has 34 yards before that carry, so add another 5, so he's got 39. Add 4, rather, 38. And now South Summit with a second down and 6. Atkinson stays in the shotgun and fakes a handoff. He'll run himself around the right side. Nice hole by the South Summit offensive line. Will take the ball for another first down across the 25-yard line down to the 23. And you can see really nice blocking up front as Atkinson has a nice lane. So the South Summit Wildcats nearing the red zone again. Just underway in second quarter action, 11:15 to go in the half. Back to pass, Atkinson over the middle. Now looks to the right side, throws a high arching ball, has a receiver there. And they're going to say that is a touchdown by Keegan Strocker. And what a beautiful catch by Strocker as he goes out to that left side of the end zone. That play goes for 23 yards from Atkinson to Strocker. Take a look on the replay. Atkinson back to pass, just throws the ball up. Strocker catches the ball, gets that foot down, and does a nice job. It is a touchdown for Strocker. As the Beavers say, didn't get the foot down. Looks like it did come down, though, in the end zone. You can debate that one at home. It's 13-0 South Summit. Georgie with the extra point. Snap is high, the kick is up, and good. 14-0, we'll be back in 30.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Doctors B. Noel Robinson, Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, physician's assistants Reagan Fales, Travis Hicks, and Kenneth Hussey, and nurse practitioners Robin Horton, Lindsay Cheney, Rebecca Rasmussen, and Wade Hollingshead. The Beaver Medical Clinic offers affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
Welcome back, Scott Langford, and here it's 14-0. Here at Southern Utah University, 14-0 South Summit, and they'll be kicking off to the Beavers. And that was a beautiful pass from Atkinson to Strocker. And Keegan Strocker showed his catching abilities. He reached out over the top of his head as he went out of bounds. And looks like he was able to get that foot in bounds, 14-0 South Summit. And South Summit with the start they wanted against the Beavers. So Georgie waits for the approval. And he'll kick the ball off. And the kick is up. It's on the right side. Going to be taken by Jordan at the 4. Jordan follows blockers around the left side, has a lane around left side, has a lane, and is going to be, breaks a tackle across the 45, 47-yard line. Rhett Jordan with a big kickoff return gives Beaver good field position. Rhett Jordan looks like he was going to go out of bounds. And he does a nice job of tiptoeing up the sideline. Beautiful view from our replay camera as he breaks to the left. Nice blocking and is able to stay in bounds clearly. And goes around the right side. So the ball starts on the 47. Porter Hollingshead back to pass. Passes in the middle and going to be intended for Walter LeBaron. No good. And it'll go back to the Beavers, second down and 10. The Beavers passing a little more than they have in the season. So it'll be second down and 10. So for the South Summit Wildcats on that pass from Atkinson to Strucker, it was a Miller County Credit Union end zone that they reached. And appreciate their sponsorship of all high school athletics here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, as well as Centricom, Local10.tv. Two receivers to the right, to the left for the Beavers with Radden and Hollingshead under center. And there'll be another, looks like, encroachment on South Summit. And if you follow Beaver High School football, there's usually 3 to 5 of those per game. And so it will be 5 yards against South Summit. And that's I think the second time that's happened today. I'll check my statistician. I think it's the second. Yeah, second time. So second down and 5. 10:50 left in the half. It's 14 South Summit. No score yet for the Beavers. Hollingshead shotgun. Fakes a handoff. He'll follow blockers around the right side. Spins and gets another 4 yards on second down. It'll be third down and 1. So these two running backs, Radden and Hollingshead, have followed that big offensive line for the Beavers and have been successful every game in churning out some yardage. Third down and 1. Familiar formation for the Beavers coming. It'll be Hollingshead under center with Radden. Hollingshead passes out to Radden. Radden drops the ball but picks it up, tries to get back. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. And so another Beaver miscue will really cause some problems, as now the Beavers faced with a 4th down and 6 right at about the 49-yard line of South Summit. And so instead of what was a 3rd down and 1 now becomes a 4th down and 6. Punt formation now for the Beavers as McCoy Smith comes on to the field. And for the Beavers, a missed opportunity on the miscue. McCoy Smith, nice snap back. Smith has plenty of time. Kick is up. It's going to the right side of the field and will go out of bounds just past the 25-yard line. The Beavers will South Summit starts at the Beaver their own 24-yard line. And 9:31 left in this first half of play. So the punt goes to the 20, going to be marked right at about the 24. So for the Wildcats now, back on offense. Cale Atkinson, the junior quarterback, has looked great so far this afternoon. He's got Danzy in the backfield, 2 receivers right, 1 left. And it's a pitch to Danzy on the right side. Danzy trying to make some space, does a nice move. He's going to get 10 yards on first down and go out of bounds. Another first down for the Wildcats. That's a Dairy Farmers of America first down. You see beautiful blocking upfield, including number 52 for the Wildcats. That's Jackson Sargent around that side. Timeout, Beaver will take it as well. It's a Fish Lake Lumber timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Beaver Sport and Pawn has Southern Utah's largest collection of firearms, including new, used, and hard-to-find weapons. Beaver Sport and Pawn also has ammo, fishing and camping gear, tools, books, boots, antiques, and much, much more. As always, Beaver Sport and Pawn offers free advice on any subject. Come visit Beaver Sport and Pawn at 91 North Main in Beaver or call 438-2100. That's 438-2100. Beaver Sport and Pawn is happy to support Beaver High School athletics on the Beaver Sports Network. Go Beavers! Welcome back, Scott Langford here, and it's a Fish Lake Lumber timeout. Drive a little, save a lot on the north end of Beaver on the Manorfield Highway. First down and 10 for South Summit. They've got the ball at the 33-yard line. Beaver coach John Marshall calls a timeout to talk to the defense, make an adjustment with 9:23 left in the half. It's 14 South Summit, no score for Beaver. Atkinson fakes a pass, looks downfield, rolls to the right, good protection, has time. Now he's got pressure by Oakton in the backfield. Here comes the lineman back to help. There will be a block in the back, 2 blocks in the back. And regardless of what happens, this one will come back. And it's going to be a costly penalty for the Wildcats as this will move the ball back to what appears to be the 15-yard line with the blocks in the back. And you often see that when a quarterback scrambles, as you don't quite get the head in front of the player that's blocked. And kind of an easy call for the officials. 2 of them are called, one on the 27 and the other one right on the 25. So we'll see what the officials decide. So here's the official call from the. So block in the back. That one is declined. That's the block in the back that's at the 27-yard line. Oh, and a blow to the head, which is a 15-yard penalty, which is further back. So I didn't see that one, but the blow to the head will be a 15-yard penalty, I believe. It will take them back inside the 15 to about the 13, 14-yard line. So now South Summit has to get all the way out to the 44, which they're certainly capable of with their high-power offense. And that puts the ball at the 14-yard line. Now the officials will discuss it again. Coach Mike Grayjack would like an explanation. And there'll be an official's timeout as he explains that call to the coach. And just a reminder, we're going to be looking for players of the game for the Beavers. There'll be a Mike's Foodtown Offensive Player of the Game and a Dairy Queen Defensive Player of the Game. Appreciate both of those sponsors. Now the officials will talk to Coach Grayjack out near the 15-yard line as he explains the call. So now back to action as he gets his explanation. And South Summit will have the ball. First down, and it looks like 30 to go. So they're at the 14, have to get to the 44. First down and 30 for South Summit with 9:09 left in the second quarter of play. So the officials continue to discuss and taking their time to do so. Now they'll wind the clock and say, here we go. So split to the top of the field and top of the screen will be Parker Grayjack for South Summit. And Atkinson. That's not Atkinson. That's number 21 Reedhead at quarterback. And he'll hand off a big hole up the middle and a big gain on first down and 30 for number 8 Danzy as he'll get out to the 31-yard line. And so that's a gain of 17 on first down and 30, and that puts him right back in position for the first down. So it'll be second down and 13 yards to go. Reedhead stays in at quarterback with Danzy as the running back. So Reedhead keeps himself, fakes a pitch. He's in trouble, and he's going to go down, but not till he gets a gain of about 5, as it was good coverage. And so Reedhead stays in. And I can see Atkinson on the sideline. He looks to be okay, just looking to make sure there wasn't an injury. And just a little switching things up with Reedhead at quarterback. That's Cole Reedhead, the senior, as he's been running the option. Third down and 8. Motion for Strocker. And it's a handoff up the middle and going to be near first down yardage. First down yardage for South Summit as the running back just does not go down. He powers across the 45-yard line. First down on an impressive run by Jared Danzy. So Danzy hits that hole, and looks like he was going to go down, but the Beavers did not wrap up, and Danzy moves the ball ahead, and it'll be first down and 10. Balls on the South Summit 47-yard line. Reedhead stays in at quarterback for South Summit. 3 receivers to the left. Danzy in the backfield. Reedhead keeps himself, a quick pass, and he's going to get nailed on that outside by Hollingshead, and that's Strocker. He'll lose a couple on that one, but Hollingshead reads that one very clearly. And Strocker just a little bit, he was trying to make a move and caught in the middle of the move, gets hit pretty hard by Hollingshead. That is a candidate for a hit of the game by South Creek Shell. Often everything from Burger King to more, South Creek Shell. And Reedhead takes on the right side, fakes a pass, now does pass ahead. And that's going to go ahead for a couple of yards. It will be third down and about 8 yards to go for South Summit. So Reedhead staying in at quarterback. And taking the play from the sideline. Down to 6:54 left in the first half. It's 14-0 South Summit with the ball and the lead. And nearing Beaver territory at the 49-yard line of South Summit. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. with Danzy in the backfield with Reedhead at quarterback. And it's going to be striker motion. The ball is on the ground, and Reedhead will lose yardage. That brings up 4th down and 12. And fortunate for South Summit that ball didn't go back further or go over on a fumble. So being decision time for Coach Grayjack is he's got a 4th down and 13 yards to go. So it looks like a punt formation for Beaver, and Spencer Williams will go back for the Beavers. First punt of the day for South Summit. And the snap goes back a little low, and it's going to be a kick away, almost blocked. And it's going to take a South Summit bounce downside the 30-yard line. So after the punt, the Beavers will start on their own 22-yard line. So the Beaver defense holds after the miscue, a rare miscue by South Summit, as that's at the 5:47 mark. So the Beavers have 5 minutes, 47 seconds to establish momentum of their own. Still looking for a Coldwell Banker play of the game for expert real estate and accounting services. Call Gary Brown at Coldwell Banker, Advantage Realty, and Majestic Financial Services. That's 438-7777. Highlands head back to pass over the head of the intended receiver Williams, who was open on the right side. And that will incompletion will stop the clock with 5:43 and bring up 2nd down and 10. So the Beavers struggling with that pass offense, just not able to complete the passes so far this afternoon. 2nd down 10. Williams and Albrecht split to the right. And it's going to be Hollingshead rolling on the left side. Following his blockers, across the 25, near the 30. He'll get near 1st down yardage, maybe a couple yards short. 3rd and short for Beaver. A couple Wildcats up just a little slowly, but it looks like they're okay. Number 11, Cole Stubbs. And looks like 53 as well. And that's Wyatt McNeil. So we 3rd down and short for Beaver. So 3rd down and 1. 2 receivers to the left. That's Albrecht and Williams. And there's going to be another timeout. This is Beaver's 3rd of the half. That's a Fish Lake Lumber timeout. We'll take and be back in 30 seconds.
Beaver Valley Chevron and Dairy Queen team up to keep you and your vehicle running smoothly. Beaver Valley Chevron is a 24-hour AAA towing service and repair facility with top-quality Chevron gas. You'll also appreciate their newly remodeled modern restrooms and Eager Beaver touchless car wash that offers the newest in car wash technology. And, of course, stop in Dairy Queen anytime for a variety of meal deals and irresistible ice cream treats. Visit Beaver Valley Chevron and Dairy Queen at the I-15 South exit in Beaver.
Welcome back. It's a Fish Lake Lumber timeout. Drive a little, save a lot. And it's 5:02 left. The Beavers take their final timeout of the half as they know this is an important down. 3rd down and 1. And the ball's on their own 31-yard line. They have to get to the 32 for the 1st down. Hollingshead will be in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right for the Beavers. And Rhett Jordan in the slot. South Summit with 4 down linemen, 2 ends. Hollingshead goes across the left side. He'll get 1st down yardage out to the 35, and the Beavers will keep the drive alive with that 1st down. So again, the score now is 14-0. South Summit over Beaver as we near the end of the first half. Ball's at the 35-yard line. And the Beavers take their time out of the huddle. They'll have to hurry with 10 seconds on the play clock. Albrecht split to the top and Williams to the left. Hollingshead back to pass, looking over the middle, has an open receiver, and it will be intended to McCoy Smith, and pass interference will be called as Smith held up on the play. Good call by the official. Now a late flag comes in, and in the area of unsportsmanlike conduct, we'll have to see. These might be 2 very critical plays. If both are on South Summit, it would be a 30-yard penalty. Now, it could be illegal man downfield as well. So we'll see what the call is. See if that's offsetting penalties. So there's the pass interference. So an unsportsmanlike conduct against South Summit. Not sure what happened there, but there wasn't any Beavers around, so it had to have been something said to the officials. That's a 30-yard penalty in the end. That takes the ball clear from the 35 all the way down to the, well, would be the 35. So down to the 35. So Beavers move from their own 35 to the South Summit 35 on the pass interference call, and then the unsportsmanlike conduct on South Summit. 4:33 left. The Beavers have life inside Wildcat territory at the 35-yard line. Again, 14-0. South Summit with the 14-point lead. Two receivers to the left for the Beavers. Jordan in the slot on the right. Radden and Hollingshead in the shotgun. Hollingshead on the right side follows the blocker out the right side. Does break a tackle. 35-20, 15-10. He gets inside the 10-yard line. Porter Hollingshead with a big run. And this is exactly what the Beaver offense needs. They take the ball from the 35 down to the 8. So a 17-yard run for, not 27-yard run for Porter Hollingshead. As I get corrected by the money man, Tyler Moss, our chief statistician for today. I'd like to give a big shout out to Statman Dave, who got caught up in Salt Lake and couldn't make the broadcast. Now the Beavers, first down and goal on the 8. Hand off to Radden. Radden around the left side, breaks one tackle near the end zone. I think he'll be short. It'll be second and goal at the 1. Excuse me, that's Albrecht. That's Braxton Albrecht with the carry. And they both have 3s on their jerseys, so I didn't see the 7 until he stood up. So Braxton Albrecht, the sophomore, with the rush. And now it's second down and goal from the 1 with 4 minutes left in the half. Beavers down 14-0, needing a touchdown. Hand off to Radden, and he'll go in for the touchdown. So the Beavers, capitalizing on mistakes by the Wildcats, score their first touchdown of the afternoon with 3:52 left in the first half. And for the Beavers, it will be Walter LeBaron to kick the extra point. And momentum is an important thing in high school football. This is one of those times when the momentum swings. So the Beavers cut it down to a 1-score lead. It's 14-6 with LeBaron with the extra point. Spencer Williams will hold for the Beavers. Kick is up and looks good, is good. 14-7 when we come back in 30.
The results are in. Beaver Valley Hospital is ranked #1 in support of Beaver High School athletics. They also rank #1 in providing first-rate health care at a reasonable cost and offer a full range of services, including emergency and inpatient support, home health, and even hospice. The hospital food is prepared fresh daily, and people even like it. Beaver Valley Hospital also has an outstanding long-term care facility that helps take care of your loved ones who could use some compassionate assistance. Beaver Valley Hospital, with a staff and doctors you can trust.
Yeah, please. Welcome back. And the Beavers take the ball at the 22, and they go 78 yards, and they score a touchdown with 3:52 left. And the Beavers give the Wildcats plenty of time to add back to their lead, as the Wildcats capable of scoring on, as what Coach John Marshall said in the pregame, every play. If you watched last year's game, the Beavers took a 21-7 lead, then the Wildcats scored 2 touchdowns right at the end of the first half to tie it up. We'll see if the same happens this one. The kick is short and is taken by Danzy at the 8. He fakes off a handoff, cuts up the middle, and he gets across the 20, and he'll get to about the 24-yard line, and that's where South Summit will start, first down and 10. So right to the 25. That's where South Summit starts. 3:43 left, 14-7 from Southern Utah University. So we've had a lot of fun here. South Summit with 2 timeouts left in the half. Beavers no timeouts, as they've used all 3 early on. South Summit takes the call from Coach Grayjack. 1 receiver to the left, 3 to the right. Danzy in the backfield with Atkinson. Atkinson back to pass. Quick pass. On the side, a great play on that outside by Rhett Jordan, and he slips the block and is tackled for a loss. And that's out to Reedhead. And Atkinson back in at quarterback for the Wildcats. So 2 receivers left. Now 3 left, 1 right for South Summit. And Atkinson stays in the shotgun. He'll have Danzy in the backfield. 3:15, the clock continues to run. It's 14-7 South Summit. They have the ball, first down and 15, second and 15. Atkinson hands off to Danzy. Danzy hit in the backfield, and he'll get out to the 21. So a gain of a couple on second down will be third and long. South Summit works a little bit of clock. Under 3 minutes to play in the first half. So you can hear the Beaver fans, a little excitement on this home side. What a great crowd here at Southern Utah University. Back to pass, Atkinson looking to his left, and now he's flushed out of the pocket. Passes away and going to be complete for about 13 yards, and it's going to be just short, so decision time for Coach Grayjack. It's fourth down and about about 3 yards for the first down, and the offense stays on the field for South Summit as Coach Grayjack looks like he was going to roll the dice. Atkinson back to pass, looking to his left. The pass is away and complete. First down yardage. So the confidence that Coach Grayjack shows is rewarded as Parker Grayjack catches the ball across the 40 for a first down. That keeps the drive alive for South Summit. 2 minutes and 14 seconds and counting in this first half. Beautiful play. So now South Summit will call another play. 2 receivers, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Danzy stays in the backfield with Atkinson. Atkinson back to pass, looking left, has some pressure. He gets hit as he throws, and he'll go out of bounds. Credit Walter LeBaron with the jersey grab. Oh, it looks like it was Rhett Jordan with the pressure on Atkinson. We'll check the replay. Now stops the clock with 1:51 left in the first half. Second down and 10 coming. The ball's on the South Summit 41, and 1:51 left. Clock stopped. And a quick pass out from Atkinson. A lot of space out there. The clock will continue to run. The ball goes out to the 45. And it'll be third down and 5. And the clock runs. Tice Radden on the tackle for Beaver. Out on that top side. Again, great crowds for both of these schools. Lots of blue on the home side and green on the east side. So third down and 6. Atkinson in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Back to pass, looking left, throws the ball, and it's going to be intended for Strocker, and a flag comes in late, and a call will come from the officials. Looks like it will be South Summit moving ahead for the first down. And it was close. We'll take a look on the replay. Yep. Pass interference called on the defense, so it will be a first down for South Summit. With 1 minute left, that moves the ball up to the 40-yard line of the Beavers, so the Wildcats into Beaver territory. And they do have that 1 minute and 11 seconds. They lead 14-7 in the state championship matchup. Back to pass, Atkinson with a fake, pump fake. Now he's rolling to his right, has some space and some time, throws the ball up. Williams on coverage and intended in the end zone, incomplete. Good coverage by Spencer Williams. Pass intended for number 11, Cole Stubbs. A lot of contact in the end zone, and that will bring up a second down and 10. The clock stopped rather with 1:01 left in the half. Second down, 10 yards to go. 2 left, 2 right for South Summit. With Danzy in the backfield, Atkinson stays in the shotgun. Atkinson looks to the defense, back to pass, looking to his right. Now looking over the middle, has an open receiver, that's Danzy. Danzy caught, breaks a tackle, another tackle, goes across the 30. Great running by Jared Danzy as he goes inside the 30-yard line to the 25 with a beautiful move. As Danzy tough to bring down. He keeps his feet, he releases to the flat. That's where Atkinson finds him. He breaks 1 tackle and then makes a shifty move for 2 and then another miss. So Danzy making the Beavers miss. And South Summit nearing the red zone. Clock running, 40 seconds left in the half. South Summit up by 7. Atkinson back to pass. Looking over the middle, some pressure coming. He rolls to his right, now to his left, and it's going to go out of bounds, I believe. We'll see if that's called a catch. No, out of bounds, as a receiver unable to get his feet down, but it was caught by Parker Grayjack. Hit as he caught the ball on the sideline. 27 seconds left. Again, the ball on the 25-yard line. Now South Summit with some time to make a call from the sideline. Atkinson brings the troop up to the line. 2 left, 2 right for receivers. Danzy stays in the backfield. Now Danzy goes in motion, out in the flat. Atkinson, there will be a flag on the play, and it'll be defensive encroachment. So lined up across the line of scrimmage. That'll be 5 yards against the Beavers. Will bring down a 2nd down and 5. Clock stays at 26 seconds. Left in this first half against South Summit 14, Beavers 7. And the referees will talk for a second. And now set the ball. So the ball's at the 20, near the red zone, and there will be, we'll have to see, there's a stoppage in play. Is it a timeout? So they will reset this game clock to 27 seconds as they needed 1 second added on the clock. It was at 26, now at 27. So again, 2 receivers to the right and to the left. And Atkinson stays in the shotgun. With 27 seconds left, South Summit up 7. Atkinson back to pass, rolling to his right. Has good protection. And the pass is away in the end zone. Open, Strocker for the touchdown. So a 25-yard TD pass from from Atkinson to Strocker. And that's South Summit all they need to regain that 14-point advantage. Well, 13. And Strocker wide open in the end zone. Just a blown coverage. And Strocker comes clear after that. And you've got to give credit to the offensive line given Atkinson time. It's tough for a defensive back to spend that much time guarding a receiver of the quality of Keegan Strocker. And it's now 20-7 with an extra point pending. And the kick is up, looks good, is good. 21-7 when we come back.
For experienced help when buying or selling real estate, Coldwell Banker Advantage of Beaver is a wise choice. Local real estate broker Gary Brown can assist you in residential, commercial, or recreational properties. Call Coldwell Banker Advantage Realty in Beaver, 438-7777.
Majestic Financial Services in Beaver is an accounting firm that offers payroll, income tax preparation, and bookkeeping services for individuals and businesses. For an accounting firm you can trust, call Majestic Financial Services in Beaver, 438-7777.
Welcome back. South Summit, they take the ball with 3:52 left. And as I mentioned, it doesn't take South Summit very long to score, and they proved me correct as they go 75 yards in 3 minutes and 32 seconds. And they capped it off with a 25-yard touchdown pass from Cale Atkinson, the junior, to the senior, Keegan Strocker. I guess he continues to add to his receiving totals. He's been great all season long. Coming into this game, Strocker had almost 1,320 yards, and I'll get Tyler Moss to tell me how many he's got. 102? Yeah, 102 yards. Oh, no, 102 yards. Let's see. Strocker's at 83, so he's well. And now it's going to be a pooch kick taken by the Beavers at the 15-yard line. And it's going to be Rhett Jordan coming across, trying to find a lane. Can't find it, though. He'll go down at the 27-yard line. So the Beavers will likely run the clock out at 13 seconds. Might take a stab at it. But that's actually what happened in last year's championship game. The Beavers, went for a pass and had an interception, go back and allowing South Summit to get a late touchdown to tie that up last year here at Southern Utah University. And we'll see what the Beavers do. 2 receivers to the right. That's Williams and Albrecht. First down and 10. And it's going to be Hollingshead on the run, and he'll get tackled after a loss of about 2 yards on the down. And the clock will run out on this first half. So South Summit with a dominant performance in this first half of play. They tack 3 scores on the Beavers, and the Beavers add 1 late in the second. So at halftime, it's South Summit 21, Beaver 7 in our 2A state championship game. It's the Jones and Mill Engineering halftime when we come back.
Dairy Farmers of America is a proud supporter of Beaver High School. For the very best in cheese products direct from the factory, visit the chalet at DFA Cache Valley Cheese in Beaver. They carry a nice selection of cheese, including fresh curd, cheddar, Monterey Jack, Swiss, and Colby. Stop in and check out their wide variety of cheese gift boxes and crafts, too. And they offer shipping. Visit their website at dfamilk.com and click on DFA Mart and then on the picture of the Beaver store. That's DFA Cache Valley Cheese in Beaver.
For gas, snacks, and dependable service on your car or truck, visit Eagles Landing Flying J and High Country Chevron in Beaver. Mark Yardley and the staff offer convenience items, groceries, fountain drinks, sandwiches, and other goodies. You'll also find a full line of gifts and souvenirs, as well as your favorite gas and oil products. Stop by both locations at the North I-15 interchange in Beaver, High Country Chevron, and Eagles Landing Flying J. Happy to support Beaver High School sports.
Hi, this is Lynn at Fish Lake Lumber Ace Hardware, where I'd like to welcome you to our new paint studio, where we offer Valspar, Clark & Kensington, and Royal paints for your painting experiences. Clark & Kensington is rated #1 in customer reports. We also have a new setup of paint sundry items to make your painting experiences as easy and fun as possible. I'd like to welcome y'all to come out and check out our new facility.
If you are looking for delicious food made fresh to order, look no further than Mel's Drive-In. Located in the heart of Beaver, Mel's Drive-In has several menu items that are sure to hit the spot. Mel's offers a variety of burgers, sandwiches, chicken, ice cream, and has recently added Dole Whips to their menu. Stop in Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and check out their lunch and dinner specials. Owners Steve and Crystal Kinross want to thank all of their customers for the support they have shown Mel's through the years and wish all of the Beaver High School teams good luck this 2017-2018 season.
Mike's Food Town in Beaver is proud to serve Beaver County with a wide selection of items at competitive prices. Mike's Food Town is your friendly hometown grocer with the choicest cuts of meat prepared daily. They also go the extra mile to offer the freshest produce on a daily basis. Stop by Mike's Food Town and you'll find out about the super savings in every department. That's Mike's Food Town, located at 270 North Main in Beaver. Happy to support Beaver High School's athletic and academic programs. That's Mike's Food Town.
Have a toothache? Give us a call at Mountain View Family Dental. Located at 885 North, 50 East in Beaver, Dr. Delmont Myers, Alicia, Jeanette, and Diane will kindly and professionally take care of all your dentistry needs. Mountain View Family Dental accepts new patients and most insurance plans. Dr. Myers has been practicing in Beaver for 17 years and has developed a reputation of trust and dependability. He and his staff are proud supporters of Beaver High School athletics, academics, and their student athletes, and wish them the very best this sports season.
Welcome back. It's at Southern Utah University. It's a 2A championship game at Southern Utah University, and it's been all South Summit in this first half. They lead 21-7, and this is the Jones & DeMille Engineering halftime. Champions are propelled by dedication, teamwork, commitment, vision, and a desire to be their best. Jones & DeMille Engineering, your local award-winning engineering firm, and we do appreciate them sponsoring the halftime of today's championship game. And if you're joining us late, let's take a look at what happened in that first half. Both teams started the game with a turnover. South Summit started on their own 15-yard line, drove the ball all the way down to the Beaver 5-yard line, then a fumble gave the Beaver the balls on the 3-yard line. The Beavers drove out towards midfield into South Summit territory, where they returned that fumble in kind for their first turnover of the game. At the 5:04 mark of the first quarter of play, South Summit picks up the ball, and they make the Beavers pay with a touchdown after the turnover. South Summit starts on their own 48. They go 52 yards in 3 minutes, and they have the TD, which is capped off by an 2-yard run by number 8, Jared Danzy. And so at the 2:19 mark of the first quarter of play, that was a South Summit's first score. The Beavers marched the ball down to the South Summit 27, but they turned the ball over on downs after a couple of miscues, and South Summit gets the ball on their own 27-yard line. And South Summit takes the ball and quickly scores after a long pass from Parker Grayjack to Keegan Strocker, and then Atkinson to Strocker again for the touchdown with 11 minutes left in the second quarter of play, and it made it 14-0 South Summit. Both teams on the next two possessions came up with a punt, and the defense is held, and then Beavers take the ball with 5:47 left in the first half, and they start on their own 22. They go 78 yards, and that drive was helped out by 30 yards in penalties against the South Summit Wildcats, but it's capped off on a touchdown run by Tice Radden, who goes 2 yards for the touchdown. And Walter Barron with the kick with 3:52 left, and so the Beavers just cut that lead to 1. But then South Summit takes the ball with 3:52 left, and in 3.5 minutes, they march down the field with a combination of the pass and the run, and it's capped off by a beautiful touchdown play from Cale Atkinson, again to Keegan Strocker for a 25-yard touchdown pass with 20 seconds left, and that leaves us with our halftime score, 21-7, favor of South Summit. And it's halftime. That's the Jones DeMille Engineering halftime, and that's our scoring summary, sponsored by Beaver Medical Clinic, providing compassionate health care and convenient payment options. Beaver Medical Clinic with offices in Milford, Parowan, and Beaver. We'll take a break and be back in 3 minutes with more from our halftime.
Sensitive, gentle, and personal service are all words that describe North Creek Family Dental. Doctors Boyd Bandy, David S. Howard, and their staff are committed to ensuring that you have teeth that look good, feel good, and last a lifetime. North Creek Family Dental invests time and money in staying up to date on all the latest procedures and techniques that can help improve your self-esteem and get your smile to sparkle. Call 435-438-2931 or visit their office at 55 North 400 East in Beaver. North Creek Family Dental is a proud supporter of Beaver High School academics and athletics.
SodaFix in Beaver offers a variety of soft drinks, smoothies, snacks, and daily lunch specials. Choose from over 65 different flavor options to make your soda unique. Don't forget to try out our fan favorite, a giant homemade Oreo cookie. SodaFix also offers Pebble Ice, cookies, and even caters for lunch events. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram for drink ideas, specials, discounts, and more. Stop in for your favorite fix at 53 North Main in Beaver. SodaFix, a proud Beaver High School supporter.
Serving Beaver County residents and I-15 travelers, South Creek Shell in Beaver offers everything from a Burger King restaurant, gas and snacks, to fitting your vehicle with a brand new set of tires. South Creek Shell stocks a full line of dependable Michelin and Bridgestone tires with over 1,200 tires in stock. Whether you need a new set of tires, flat tire repair, pinpoint balancing, snacks, or gas, stop by the South Creek Shell at the South I-15 interchange in Beaver. South Creek Shell is a proud sponsor of Beaver High School athletics.
Service is important on any insurance policy, whether it's auto, home, life, or health insurance, and you can count on your Beaver area Good Neighbor State Farm agent, Brent Stapley, to give you the best service possible. Whether you have a claim or just need information about insurance, your State Farm agent is there with the Good Neighbor service we're famous for. See State Farm agent Brent Stapley in Beaver for all your insurance needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call 438-5451, 438-5451. When you're in the mood for mouth-watering dishes prepared by the finest chefs in Utah, visit Timberline Inn in Beaver. For a family dinner outing or for a night out with that special someone, experience fine dining for breakfast, lunch, or dinner at Timberline Inn. Timberline also offers catering services for both small groups or large gatherings, and you can't beat their popular lunch and dinner specials offered daily. Timberline Inn is open 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. and located on the South I-15 interchange in Beaver. Call for catering 438-2474.
For all your real estate and land buying needs, look no further than Title First in Beaver, Utah. Owners Jeremy and Alicia Gale are lifelong residents of Beaver and know how important it is to trust the company you choose to help with your real estate transactions. The friendly staff at Title First will assist you with your deed preparation, refinancing, and closing and escrow services. When buying and selling real estate or refinancing an existing loan, tell your real estate agent or lender that you want to work with Title First. Visit Jeremy and the staff at Title First at 190 North, 100 East, or call 438-5621. Title First, a proud Beaver High School sponsor.
Welcome back on the Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime. Right now we're watching the South Summit Wildcat cheerleaders and drill team as they perform for their crowd, and we appreciate them being here. Jones and DeMille Engineering supports our youth in their efforts to develop new talents and passions, paving the way to success. Best of luck to our rural teams this season. Jones and DeMille Engineering, and you can find out more online. Go to jonesanddeMilleEngineering.com. Taking a look at some of the stats for today's game, and this is the State Farm Insurance Stat Check. Stuck in a state of falling behind with kids' financial insurance? Get an insurance check from the State Farm agent, Brent Stapley, at 435-438-5451. He's my agent, and he could be your agent as well, 438-5451. Appreciate Brent Stapley and all his dedication to high school athletics. As we take a look at the stats of today's game, 21-7 South Summit with a 14-point lead over the Beavers in that first half, and the stats are about what you would expect for South Summit Wildcats. The rushing attack really was Jared Danzy. I think the difference in this game so far was Jared Danzy with 109 yards and those 75 yards, and the rushing attack with Atkinson picking up another 31 and a couple other players, but 109 yards total on the ground. Interesting for South Summit, that rushing amount exceeds the total passing amount, as the South Summit Wildcats have 102 yards passing with a combination of Parker Grayjack with a long completion, and then also Cale Atkinson being accurate, and 83 receiving yards plus 2 touchdowns for Keegan Strocker, and South Summit with 102 yards passing and 109 yards rushing for 211 yards total in the first half. The Wildcats with 9 first downs, and then, of course, the 1 turnover inside the 5-yard line. And without that turnover, this game might be 28-7 as South Summit coughs it up inside the 5. On the Beaver side of the ball, rushing total, Porter Hollingshead it's the state's leading rusher in yardage, as he has 71 yards in the first half, and Tice Radden has 21 yards in that first half for a total of 92 yards on the ground for the Beavers. For the Beavers in the passing area, there's only 11 yards, 2 receptions by Rhett Jordan, and the Beavers struggling in the passing category with 11 total yards, and that brings our total to 103 yards for the Beavers. The Beavers also had 9 first downs and 1 turnover, so the yards basically doubled up by the South Summit Wildcats, and that's the difference between your lead, 21-7 for South Summit. As we take a look at some of the keys to the game that we talked about beforehand, we talked about the fact that both teams just want to play fundamental football, and for South Summit it's been big plays all season long, and South Summit had some big plays in that first half with a halfback pass from, well, kind of a receiver reverse pass from Parker Grajek to Keegan Strocker for 25 yards, which led to the touchdown. And then also a big touchdown pass near the end of the first half from Atkinson to Strocker as well in the end zone. Plenty of time as he rolled to his right. Strocker able to find himself open in the end zone, and that made the score 21-7. So the big play potential continue to work. For the Beavers, the grinded out offense really has worked effectively in the first half. However, mistakes have stopped a couple of drives, including a couple of, one fumble, and then a near fumble also, which stopped a drive that looked promising as well. So the Beavers just unable to string together plays in a row, so some execution issues. In the third quarter, it'll be the Beavers who will start with the ball as they kicked off to start this game. So right now it's halftime, 21-7, South Summit with the lead, and it's the Jones Mill Engineering halftime when we come back after this 3-minute break.
Tony and Dave's Auto is an I-CAR Gold Class certified collision repair center conveniently located on Beaver's Main Street. Tony and Dave's offers body and fender work, windshield replacement and chip repair, mufflers, tailpipes, state vehicle inspections, mobile auto glass, and mechanical services. Tony and Dave's takes pride in the details and works hard to make sure that every vehicle is restored to its original condition. Tony, Bree, and the Robinson family are proud supporters of Beaver High School and want to wish their teams the best.
If there's a community improvement project in the works, you will usually find many of our employees in the middle of it, doing what they can to help out. They're hometown people, just like you. They belong to service groups, church groups, and other community service organizations that work to make the hometowns we serve better places to live. Utah Independent Bank, member FDIC. Hometown people, hometown spirit.
Reflect your personality onto your belongings. With Utah Hydrographics, we take any of your items and give it a custom dip job with the pattern of your choice. Sick of water ruining your groceries? Problem solved. Avoid the mess and keep it fresh with Cooler Tray. From guides and outfitters to the average Joe, let PhoneScope help capture those memories that last a lifetime. Scoped Industries, proudly made in Utah.
Your local auto parts store is under new management. Beaver CarQuest, Bose Auto, is proud to be serving Beaver County residents with all their auto parts needs. Bose Auto can provide parts for small projects like lawnmowers, big projects like farm equipment, and everything in between. Delivery is also available. The friendly staff is always happy to come in after hours to assist with any emergencies that you may have. Bo and the staff vow to listen and always put their customers first and truly appreciate the support from the community. That's Bose Auto Parts at 85 North Main in Beaver. Call 438-2347.
Scott and Lori Robinson and the employees of Beaver Drug and Gift are lifetime supporters of Beaver High School. Beaver Drug and Gift is a full-service hometown pharmacy that provides personalized information about your medications, as well as insurance information, and can even help you understand Medicare Part D benefits. Beaver Drug and Gift has a wide range of gift ideas and a full-service floral department for gifts for any occasion. For friendly and professional service, visit your neighbors of Beaver Drug and Gift at 98 North Main or call 438-2470. Beaver Drug and Gift, proud supporters of Beaver High School.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Doctors B. Noel Robinson, Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, physician's assistants Reagan Fales, Travis Hicks, and Kenneth Hussey, and nurse practitioners Robin Horton, Lindsay Cheney, Rebecca Rasmussen, and Wade Hollingshead. The Beaver Medical Clinic offers affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
Welcome back on the Jones & Miller Engineering halftime. It's the halftime of the 2A championship game, and it's South Summit 21 and Beaver 7. And for the South Summit Wildcats, that was about the half they wanted, as they played very, very well. And if you take a look at the keys of the game, we talked about it first. For the Beavers, they said we don't want to allow any long passes. And for giving credit to the Beavers, they didn't really allow a whole lot of long passes, as the Beavers allow passes of 19, 23, 25, and then, of course, one 47-yard completion from Parker Brajek to Keegan Strocker. So that one was a big one. But they've allowed 4 longer pass plays, but no real big long ones. Of course, that 25-yarder for a touchdown was a dagger for South Summit at the end of the first half. But the South Summit Wildcats, a little better execution on their key to the game. And on the Beaver side of the ball, South Summit doesn't want to allow any long runs. And as we take a look at the runs, they've done a good job of keeping the Beavers down to 7, 6, 8 yards, but not very many big yardage runs. There are a few. There's a 17-yard run and a 27-yard run, but South Summit able to contain some of that rushing attack of the Beavers. Now the Beavers in a tough spot for a wing T option team, as they've got to make up some ground. The Beavers have struggled with the pass. So keys to the second half as we take a look. These are sponsored by Beaver Drug and Gift. As we take a look at this second half. And for a full-service pharmacy, gifts, cards, medical equipment, and diabetic supplies, visit Beaver Drug and Gift at 98 North Main in Beaver. And so the Beaver Drug and Gift second half kickoff coming up. But as we take a look at those keys the second half, the Beavers will have to get some passing offense going. The passing offense opens up the run game. And if the Beavers want to stay in this game, they have to capitalize on some open lanes in the defense of the South Summit Wildcats. Right now, the Wildcats are content to kind of fill up the box and able to cover the Beaver receivers. And with the Beavers only 2 out of 8 in that first half in passing, the Beavers' passing attack is a little bit off and will need to be improved. On the South Summit side of the ball, they want to continue doing exactly what they're doing, keep the ball control. And they've done a great job of mixing up the run to pass with 109 yards rushing, 102 yards passing. Of course, these stats are unofficial. I've got the money man Tyler Moss on the stats, and he said these are not official. So if they're a little different when you get the final stats, just understand that's the way it goes. But we're doing our best here. Statman Dave's on. He got caught up in Salt Lake today, couldn't make it, and so we got the money man from the camera to the stat line. He should be pretty good though. He is an accountant, so I'm not sure that translates to football stats, but he's saying that he'd rather look at a balance sheet. This is a little bit difficult. He says he's writing most of the time. So those are the keys of the second half, sponsored by Beaver Drug and Gift. Scott and Lori Robinson with pharmacies in Beaver, Kanab, and in Salt Lake. And so appreciate their sponsorship of high school football on Mid-Utah's Sports Radio Network, as well as Centricom Local 10, and also on KSL.com. So happy to have you along as we take a look at the leading rushers of the game. Of course, we talked about it before, but leading rushers in the game for the Beavers, it's Porter Hollingshead with 71 yards and Tice Radden with 21. It's Cale Atkinson with 31 yards, and leading all rushers in the game is Jared Danzy, a little unexpected with the Beaver rushing attack, but he chips in 75 for the Wildcats. That's your leading rushers summary, sponsored by North Creek Family Dental for implants, checkups, teeth cleaning, whitening, and more. Trust dentist Boyd Bandy and, of course, Statman David Howard. He moonlights as a dentist, too. I mean, his main job is statistician for football, but he does do some dental work, too. But you can visit them and call them at 438-2931, area code 435-438-2931. That's your halftime, the Jones & Mill Engineering halftime. When we come back in 1 minute, we'll have the second half kickoff, sponsored by Beaver Drug and Gift.
Beaver Sport and Pawn has Southern Utah's largest collection of firearms, including new, used, and hard-to-find weapons. Beaver Sport and Pawn also has ammo, fishing and camping gear, tools, books, boots, antiques, and much, much more. As always, Beaver Sport and Pawn offers free advice on any subject. Come visit Beaver Sport and Pawn at 91 North Main in Beaver or call 438-2100.
That's 438-2100. Beaver Sport and Pawn is happy to support Beaver High School athletics on the Beaver Sports Network. Go Beavers!
Beaver Valley Chevron and Dairy Queen team up to keep you and your vehicle running smoothly. Beaver Valley Chevron is a 24-hour AAA towing service and repair facility with top-quality Chevron gas. You'll also appreciate their newly remodeled modern restrooms and Eager Beaver touchless car wash that offers the newest in car wash technology. And, of course, stop in Dairy Queen anytime for a variety of meal deals and irresistible ice cream treats. Visit Beaver Valley Chevron and Dairy Queen at the I-15 South exit in Beaver.
Welcome back. Second half action here from Southern Utah University. And we appreciate you being along in this championship matchup. The South Summit Wildcats 21, the Beavers 7. The Beavers will receive, and they need to get going in this one to make this competitive. South Summit has doubled up the stats on the Beavers. Kickoff taken by Jordan at the 10. Jordan goes up the middle, follows blockers, and he'll get past the 25 to the 27. Decent field position to start the first drive of the second half. The Beavers, again, needing some momentum to stay in this game. This is officially the 11th drive of the game. The Beavers will start on their own 28. So long field for the Beavers. Senior quarterback Porter Hollingshead, 71 yards in the first half. Has two receivers to the right. Hollingshead in the shotgun. He'll follow the blockers. Around the left side, boy, South Summit sniffs that out. Couple yards on first down. They actually give Hollingshead 3. And a host of defensive players in there. And Hagan Miles with the tackle. Second down and 7. Gain of 3. Hollingshead under center this time. Oh, ball's loose on the field. Picks it up. Back to pass. Pass complete to Radden. Radden in the flat. Good for a first down across the 40 to the 45. And it'll be first down and 10 for the Beavers. And we talked about the fact the Beavers needed to get that offensive passing going. And a first pass and a first completion in the second half. Moves the ball out to the 45. 21-7, South Summit. Beaver with the ball at the 45, at their own 45. Two receivers left for Beaver. Hollingshead with a quick pass out to Albrecht. Oh, can't make the reception. Turned to look upfield before he caught the ball. And that happens once in a while. It'll be an incompletion. Those opportunities. Albrecht had some decent run and a good block in front. So missed opportunity for the Beavers. As that pass on the money. 11:06 now with the clock stopped in the third quarter of play. Two receivers left for the Beavers. Hollingshead under center with Radden in the backfield. Motion for Jordan. It's a pitch out to Jordan on the left side. Nice block on the outside by Albrecht. Jordan across the 50 into Wildcat territory and 7 yards. It'll bring up third down, well, about 4 yards, so 6 yards on the gain. And moves the ball to the 49-yard line of South Summit. Call it the 48. So it is going to be third down and 3. Split out to the right is Williams. Everyone else in the box. Jordan in the slot. And Jordan will get a 5-yard penalty. Oh, no, they didn't. They say he was in motion. Back to pass. Pass complete over the middle. Oh, great catch by Walter LeBaron. That ball was moving, and he was hit immediately by Georgie. Great defensive play, but LeBaron makes the circus catch as that ball juggling in the breadbasket as he goes down. Those of you on the internet can watch this one as that ball is loose, and as he goes down, LeBaron secures it. First down for the Beavers at the South Summit 40-yard line. Two receivers to the left, and there's an open receiver for the Beavers on the south side. Hollingshead will break containment. He goes up the middle. He'll gain 5 on first down. And for the Beavers, they had a man open on this bottom side as there was only one player covering 2 Beaver receivers. And Sebastian Midkirk, I'm sure he's a good receiver. I'm not sure he can handle both receivers, however. He might be that good. It'll be second down and 5. The Beavers move the ball into Wildcat territory at the 35. 2 receivers left. Now both covered. Motion for Jordan. Hollingshead will take the block. He'll have a good hole up the middle across the 30. First down yardage inside the 30 to the 27-yard line goes Porter Hollingshead. Another first down for the Beavers. And the Beavers offensively mixing it up, pass and run effectively as they continue to move the ball. And they've already moved the ball from the 28, so that's 22 to the 50. And then another 23, so 45 yards on the drive so far, which is almost half the total of the first half for the Beavers. And it's going to be Hollingshead around the right side, following a good wall of blockers, and a gain of 4 on first down. That moves the ball down to the 29-yard line. 9:06 left in the third. 21 for the Wildcats, 7 for the Beavers, with a second down and 7. It'll be Smith and Albrecht bringing the play in from the sideline. Again, following this game, it will be Milford and Duchesne for the 1A state championship. That one ought to be a lot of fun. Duchesne trying to continue their dominance in 1A. Motion for Jordan. Hollingshead will fall blockers on the left side. Has a lane. He'll sneak across the 20 near first down yardage down to the 23-yard line. And I believe it'll be 3rd down and 1. And the Beaver player down on the field. And we'll see if that is Albrecht. It might be. And we'll have to see what happens. And no, it's not Hollingshead. It looks like a lineman. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this.
The results are in. Beaver Valley Hospital is ranked #1 in support of Beaver High School athletics. They also rank #1 in providing first-rate health care at a reasonable cost and offer a full range of services, including emergency and inpatient support, home health, and even hospice. The hospital food is prepared fresh daily, and people even like it. Beaver Valley Hospital also has an outstanding long-term care facility that helps take care of your loved ones who could use some compassionate assistance. Beaver Valley Hospital, with a staff and doctors you can trust.
Welcome back. Still not sure who the Beaver player is on the ground. Might be a lineman. We're trying to count numbers and see who it might be. And we'll see who the player is. He was holding a leg. Looked like a leg injury of some type. Oh, it is Tice Radden. And for the Beavers, that is a huge blow if Radden unable to go. He's been struggling with that left ankle all season long, and that bodes ill for the Beavers, as he's one of the state's top 5 rushing totals, despite only playing half of the season. So Tice Radden with the injury, and he'll limp off the field under his own power, which is the good news. And we'll take a look and see what they can do with the senior's ankle and see if he can continue. 3rd down and 1 for the Beavers. Replacing him will be Riker Albrecht. He's been playing a lot of the season for Beaver High School. He has 314 yards on the season, and it's going to be a 1st down inside the 15. Good line surge on that play. And Porter Hollingshead goes forward inside the red zone for that 1st down. So Hollingshead follows just nice blockers, and he does a good job lowering his shoulder, finding that lane down to the 12-yard line. Beavers down by 2 scores. And Tice Radden being a 10-2 on the sideline by the training staff. Hollingshead back to pass, rolling to his right. Looking for a receiver, and he's going to go down. Big sack for South Summit outside the 20 at the 21-yard line. And try to get some numbers on that one. 79. And 79's Bruce Mitchell on the sack. There was one other Wildcat. I'll see if I can get it on the replay. Great fighting off the blocks. And that was number 57 also with the pressure. And that's Alex Johnson. The 2 seniors with the big plays. So it'll be 2nd down. The ball's back to the 21. Have to get to the 2. 2nd down and 19 for Beaver. 2 receivers to the left. Beavers in a passing situation. Hollingshead back to pass. Quick slant. Oh, almost intercepted. What a great defensive play by number 15, Braxton Crystal. And that one was almost picked off, and I'm not sure anybody would have caught Braxton and had he been able to make that reception, the ball a little high. So it'll be 3rd down and long. So the Beavers at the 21-yard line. They do have a field goal kicker, Walter LeBaron, who can kick from that distance. Should it come to a field goal. 7:11 left in this 3rd quarter. It's South Summit 21 and Beaver 7. 3rd down and 19 after the sack. Hollingshead in the shotgun. Back to pass. Oh, no, there's going to be a timeout. Nope, flag. Delay game, so 5 more yards. That makes it 3rd down and 24 for the Beavers. Mistakes and plays costing the Beavers. They get the ball all the way down to the 12, and now they've got the ball on the 26-yard line. So they've lost 14 yards on this last set of downs. 3rd down and 24. Clock sits at 7:11. Hollingshead back to pass, rolling right, has pressure, no pressure. Oh, miscommunication between the two running backs. And so that one will fall incomplete. Clock stopped, 4th down, and 24 to go. I'm not sure they'll kick a field goal from the 26. That'd be a 43-yard field goal. Nope, they will. And they'll attempt the 43-yard field goal with Walter LeBaron. I wouldn't be surprised to see a fake field goal here as LeBaron comes out. He can kick from that distance. Haven't seen a field goal this season this far from LeBaron, but I think we've seen a 37-yard field goal. So now the Beavers go for the field goal attempt. 7:08 left in the third, down by 14. Snap comes back. Kick is up, and it has plenty of leg. It's going to go in and is good. Walter LeBaron with a 41-yard field goal attempt, and it is good for the field goal. I love seeing those field goals in high school, and especially one that long with 41 yards. So number 41 with a 41-yard field goal. What a way for a senior to add to his team. So it's 21-10. That brings the Beavers a little bit closer with 7 minutes left in the third quarter of play. And so I actually expected watching this, I thought, with a 41-yard field goal, Walter LeBaron can kick that, as I mentioned. But that's about the length that he had. And boy, it might have been a 43-yard field goal, but not much more than that, as it just went over the crossbar. So Walter LeBaron picks a good time to kick his career long for Beaver High School at 41. 21-10 our score. South Summit with the 11-point lead, and they'll take their first kickoff of the second half, and they'll be their first possession. The Beavers take 5 minutes off the clock on that drive, which started at their own 28. So LeBaron will kick off. 3 receivers back. That's Danzy and Strocker, and LeBaron kicks deep, going to be taken at the 3 by Danzy. He'll hand off to Strocker. Strocker up the middle, breaks one tackle, has a lane on the left side, and he's turned up around the 20-yard line. He'll get inside past the 20-yard line to about the 23 or 24, and that's where South Summit will start. So the ball will be marked at the 23-yard line. Neither team with great field position, the best starting field position of the game. Beavers had it twice. Excuse me, each team has had it once at the 47 for the Wildcats and 48 for the Beavers. You can actually reverse that, but both teams had one opportunity after a fumble for the Beavers, then a nice kickoff return by Rhett Jordan for the Beavers. Now it's going to be Atkinson. Broken plays. He'll go to his left to make something out of nothing, and he'll get across for about 5-6 yards on first down. Cale Atkinson did a nice job as he went to hand off. No one there. And runs to his left. Might have been a design play, but it really looked like a broken play. So it'll be 2nd down and 4. Atkinson, just a junior. He'll be back. And I'm sure he's close to setting some South Summit records. 3,000 yards this season for Cale Atkinson. And it's a handoff up the middle to Danzy. Danzy breaks on the right side, trying to get some steam and can't as he gains about 1 yard. It'll be 3rd and short. Danzy with 100 yards in the first. Now Danzy had, let's see, in the first half, Danzy had 75 yards in the first half. So he's looking to be a 100-yard rusher. So it'll be 3rd down and 3. Big down for the Beaver defense. Can the Beavers hold the Wildcats? Hand off to Danzy. Danzy on the right side. 1st down and more as he gets into the secondary. And the safety has to make the tackle, but not until he gains 10 to 12 on that 3rd down and short. Moves the ball out to the 42-yard line. That's where South Summit will have it 1st down and 10. Again, we're taking a look for the offensive players of the game, sponsored by Mike's Food Town. Visit your friendly hometown grocer, showcasing the choicest cuts of meats and fresh, crisp produce every day. Mike's Food Town in Beaver. 1st and 10. Ball's at the South Summit 42. Atkinson back to pass, looking to his right. Throws a high fly ball. And, boy, Beaver might have got away with the pass interference. I think the ball was still overthrown, but one of the Beavers held up Parker Grayjack on the pass. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. As we see the crowd filling up for the next game, Duchesne and Milford. The Milford Tigers and the Duchesne Eagles. So 2nd down and 10. Shift of the line. 5:19 left in the third. 21-10. South Summit with an 11-point lead, and they've got the ball. Two receivers right, one left. And it's a handoff to Danzy, hit in the backfield and will go down. Beautiful play by the Beavers. And that's number 73 with the big hit, and that's Tyler Griffiths, the senior. So gain of inches on the play, no gain officially. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Atkinson will wait for the play from the sideline. Two receivers right, one left. Now you can see the Beaver coaching staff making adjustments from the sideline. Atkinson in the shotgun with 2 seconds left. Now it's going to be a fake pass now to Strocker, and he'll go down short of the first down. 4th down coming for South Summit. This one a 4th and 7, and we'll see what Coach Grajek does. Last time he went for it in his own territory, so I could see him going for this one as well. And he leaves the offense on the field. Two receivers left, two right. And so they will move Danzy into the punt formation. And we'll see if it's a fake or a real one. Spencer Williams will go back for the Beavers. And Danzy loses the ball. He's able to pick it up and able to get the kickoff. And it'll take a bounce. Williams will pick it up at the 17-yard line, go forward and to the right side. He'll go in the middle to the 30. So a punt by the Wildcats, fielded by the Beavers. So had the Beavers had a rush on that one as Danzy dropped the ball from the snap. And then the Beavers just had one player back, so they still had the time to pick that up. And you could hear the collective gasp of South Summit as they saw that potential problem coming. But they were able to escape on the nice play by Danzy. So 1st down and 10, the Beavers start on their own 30-yard line. Hollingshead, and it'll be a option to the right side. Pitch out to Jordan. Jordan cuts in and out. Not much there. Great play by South Summit. And Tice Radden, the offensive running back, is on the sideline being examined by the team trainer and the doctor. And there's no gain on that play. 2nd down and 10. And he looks like he's in a lot of pain. I'm not sure Radden will be able to go in this second half. And for the Beavers, a big blow. Hollingshead in the shotgun, back to pass, under some pressure. And he's going to be taken down by the helmet. Oh, surprise, no call on that one as the helmet makes the tackle. And so it'll be a sack for South Summit. And let's take a look at this one. As we look. Oh, yeah, taken down by the helmet. South Summit might have got a break on that one as the only contact with the player was on the helmet by the hand. So it'll be 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Two receivers left. It's a 3rd and 17. Hollingshead back to pass. Has the pass away. Has a receiver wide open. Oh, can't find it. Rhett Jordan on that right side. And he was open. And the pass was there. The receiver just couldn't locate it. Might have been in the sun. And it'll be 4th down for Beaver. Deep in their own territory. Punt situation for BHS. Tice Radden on the sideline, kind of walking around, talking to the team. Not the team physician, but he is the team physician. So it'll be McCoy Smith punting from his own 8-yard line. Snap is back, and the kick is up. Wow, booming high punt will be taken by Georgie at the 40. He makes a great catch, fair caught, and that's where South Summit will take it at their own 41-yard line. But that was a booming punt by McCoy Smith. And Smith, wow, he just uncorked that one. Smith, just a sophomore. And I'm sure we'll see him punting for the next few years for Beaver High School. So South Summit with good field position. Both teams exchange punts. Atkinson stays in a quarterback. Two receivers to the right, the stack on the left. Handoff up the middle. Oh, Atkinson keeps himself, and he is going to be tackled for no gain, maybe inches on 1st down and 10. Good coverage. Austin Carter out there, as was Riker Albrecht. So taking a look at Beavers' Tice Radden on the sideline. Clock continues to run. 2 minutes left in this third quarter of play. It's South Summit 21, Beaver 10. Atkinson fakes quarterback draw, and he's going to be driven back after a short gain. And he's going to gain 3 on that second down play. So bring it up 3rd down and 7 as South Summit works the clock. And the no huddle continues. 3rd down, 7 yards to go. 2 receivers right and left. And it's going to be Atkinson rolling to his right. Good protection. Has a pass away. Intended for Grajek. I think that's going to be out of bounds. And it is 4th down for the Wildcats. Both defenses playing well. The Beavers did get a field goal on their opening possession of the third quarter play, but now another punt situation for South Summit. And we'll see what Coach Grajek decides to do, and it will be Danzy back, although Atkinson near the formation could easily be a handoff to him. Snap goes back to Danzy. Danzy with the punt. Kicks on to the right side. He's going to get over the head of Williams. Over to the right side. That takes a South Summit bounce inside the 10 at the 10. That's where Beaver will have the ball. 1:12 left. And that's the 3rd consecutive punt for these two teams. So both teams have made some adjustments, and the defense has stiffened. So Beaver starts with their worst field position. Nope, they started at the 3 once, so 90. It's a long field for the Beavers in this third quarter play. 1:12 left, down by 11 to the undefeated South Summit Wildcats. The Beavers, two-time defending state champs, will have to get some magic going to go for 3. Hollingshead, now there will be a penalty, and they'll say it's on the defense. So 5 yards again. That's the 3rd time for the encroachment, which is pretty normal in these teams for Beaver High School. You know, as a defensive lineman, you get that tension as you want to, time that play well. So when those linemen move, it's just such an instinct to jump, which is the purpose of the shift. 2 receivers to the right for the Beavers. 1st down and 5. Ball's at the 15. Hollingshead will take it himself. Quarterback fake, 1st down yardage across the 20 and more to the 22. Another 1st down for Beaver. So 1st downs in this half. It'll be 3 for the Beavers. Tyler Moss, the money man, is saying, don't count that. Don't take that to the bank. 2 receivers to the right for the Beavers. 1st down and 10. Hollingshead to Albrecht. Riker on that left side. Boy, he's hit hard. Short gain on 1st down as he is hit by South Summit. And it'll be 2nd down and 8, I believe. Gain of 2. See if we see a replay on this one. Appreciate Southern Utah University film crew for providing the footage of this afternoon's game. And we're ticking down the seconds in this third quarter of play. 35 left. It's South Summit 21, the Beavers 10. Hollingshead motion for Jordan. Will pitch out. Jordan back to pass. He throws the ball up. Oh, this will be intercepted by Strocker. Strocker goes forward down to the 30, 25-yard line, 20. He continues to go inside the 20, a flag on the play. And that's Keegan Strocker with the interception on the pass, on the halfback pass. And Jordan, to be fair, hit as he threw. So we'll see what the penalty is. And this could be a huge dagger for the South Summit Wildcats. So a block in the back against South Summit, so that will move the ball back some, but they still get great field position after the 2nd turnover of the game on the Beavers with 14 seconds left in the 3rd. South Summit starts with excellent field position, and the ball's on the 27. So some substitutions by the Beavers. Again, Tice Rad not in the game, and he's, that I can see. So the senior leader for the Beavers on the sideline with an ankle injury. Atkinson in the shotgun, and he'll pitch out to Danzy. Danzy on the right side, following good blocking by South Summit, and a great defensive player. That could have gone for much further, but it does go for about 5 on 1st down. And that'll do it for the third quarter of play. It's 21 South Summit, 10 for the Beavers when we come back with fourth quarter action from Southern Utah University.
For experienced help when buying or selling real estate, Coldwell Banker Advantage of Beaver is a wise choice. Local real estate broker Gary Brown can assist you in residential, commercial, or recreational properties. Call Coldwell Banker Advantage Realty in Beaver, 438-7777.
Majestic Financial Services in Beaver is an accounting firm that offers payroll, income tax preparation, and bookkeeping services for individuals and businesses. For an accounting firm you can trust, call Majestic Financial Services in Beaver, 438-7777.
Dairy Farmers of America is a proud supporter of Beaver High School. For the very best at cheese products direct from the factory, visit the chalet at DFA Cache Valley Cheese in Beaver. They carry a nice selection of cheese, including fresh curd, cheddar, Monterey Jack, Swiss, and Colby. Stop in and check out their wide variety of cheese gift boxes and crafts, too. And they offer shipping. Visit their website at dfamilk.com and click on DFA Mart and then on the picture of the Beaver store. That's DFA Cache Valley Cheese in Beaver.
3 down, 1 to go in the 2A state championship game. It's South Summit 21-10. They control their destiny. They've got the ball on the Beaver 22-yard line with a 2nd down and 5. So Cale Atkinson, the junior quarterback for the South Summit Wildcats, comes back up to the line as we start fourth quarter action. Danzy in the backfield, 2 receivers right, 2 left, and motion with Reedhead. Handoff up the middle to Danzy. Danzy breaks forward, hit him initially, but does not go down inside the red zone to the 15-yard line. Danzy has been very good with yards after contact. That's one of the stats the NFL keeps. And Danzy's yards after contact this afternoon have been great, as he's got to be near 100 yards. Let me check with a statistician. So 100 even? 100 yards even for Danzy as he goes forward again for another 5. So make that 105 yards for Jared Danzy as he moves the ball down to the 10. And the clock continues to run. So be 2nd down and, well, called a gain of 4 on 1st down. So the clock continues to run. Atkinson in the shotgun with Strocker in motion. Atkinson, option on the right side. He'll pitch out to Strocker. The ball almost fumbled, and there's going to be no gain on the play inside the 15-yard line, as Strocker had to make one of his circus catches to keep control of that one, as it was a little bit of a fumble, but he comes up with it, and it will be 2nd down and 5. Parker Grayjack split to the left. That's the one play I haven't seen yet. We're looking for a Coldwell Banker play of the game. And could it be one of those lob passes to the big Parker Grayjack, 6'4" senior, on this left side? And now there'll be a flag on the play. And it's going to be offsides against the Beavers. So the Beavers with their 2nd offside penalty, as there's been 3 against South Summit, 3 on the Beavers. And that's a critical penalty, as instead of 3rd down and 6, it'll be 3rd down and 1 inside the 10-yard line. So some miscues by the Beavers. Bring the ball down to the 4, and it's 3rd down and inches. As the ball at about the 4.5, so they only have a half yard to go for a 1st down. And the clock continues to run. Not stopped, actually, at 10:44 left in this one. 21 for South Summit, 10 for the Beavers. Now the clock runs. And Grayjack to the left side. Stack receivers to the right side. Strocker. And here's the pass, and it's going to go to Danzy. He fumbled in the backfield, and that was a trick play as they tried to get Atkinson looking at the coach saying, I don't understand the play. And the snap was high. Danzy couldn't field it, and that goes all the way back to the 10. So now it'll be a 4th down, and I'm guessing Cole Georgie will come on for the field goal attempt to gain that 14-yard cushion back for South Summit. And for Georgie, it will be a 32-yard attempt, about 31, as they'll kick right from between the 21 and 22. Georgie definitely has the leg for this one, just like LeBaron. 2 good kickers on these teams with LeBaron and Georgie. Here's Georgie's attempt. Snap is back, the kick is up, and it has plenty of leg, and it is good. So 24-10, we'll take a 30-second break and be back after this.
For gas, snacks, and dependable service on your car or truck, visit Eagles Landing Flying J and High Country Chevron in Beaver. Mark Yardley and the staff offer convenience items, groceries, fountain drinks, sandwiches, and other goodies. You'll also find a full line of gifts and souvenirs, as well as your favorite gas and oil products. Stop by both locations at the North I-15 interchange in Beaver, High Country Chevron, and Eagles Landing Flying J. Happy to support Beaver High School sports.
Welcome back. Senior Cole Georgie for the South Summit Wildcats hits a 32-yard field goal, and that makes the score back to 14, 24-10, with 9:41 left in the game. This one's still a ball game with 2 scores, but the Beavers, with 9:41 left, have to score quickly. And for South Summit, defensively, they'll want to control the clock and the ball and not allow a drive. They did allow a decent drive to start this third quarter, but after that, both teams have been fairly good at strength in the defensive position. It's been a defensive battle in the second half. Georgie with the kickoff for South Summit. Short kick will be taken by Jordan at the 12. Jordan on the right side, following a wall of blockers. Jordan goes on the side to the 30-yard line, across the 30, and that's where South Summit will start. Beaver will start, first down and 10. Hope you enjoyed this afternoon's game. Still looking for a couple players of the game, including the Timberline Inn sub of the game. Enjoy tantalizing dishes from the finest chefs in Utah and professional catering from the Timberline Inn at the I-15 South exit in Beaver. Danny, Joey, Andre, and the gang at Timberline. They have a mobile food truck that they have some food that's just to die for as well. So Timberline Inn, they sponsor the sub of the game. Now the Beavers have the ball. They start on their own 31-yard line. And that pass is going to be complete out to Walter LeBaron across the 40, a first down for Beaver. So Hollingshead goes back to pass, just looks to his right, looks at LeBaron the whole way. LeBaron wide open on that right side for the first down. Clock stopped at the 44. Again, 2 receivers to the right. Jordan in the slot, and in the game, Riker Albrecht at running back. Back to pass. There's a pass intended for McCoy Smith. A little high, and Smith can't make the catch, and it'll be second down and 10. Smith not real open. South Summit played that well. He would have taken a licking had he been able to come down with that catch, as South Summit played that one quite well. Linebackers ready to light up McCoy Smith, the sophomore, on the reception. 2 receivers left now for the Beavers. Hollingshead under center. And he'll hand off up the middle to Riker Albrecht. Big hole up the right side. First down yardage across the 50 down to the 44-yard line. That's a 14-yard gain on second down and 10 for Riker Albrecht. And he might be the Timberline Inn sub of the game, as Albrecht just follows a wall of blockers. What a great, he was really untouched for 10 yards before South Summit able to stop him on the rush. First down and 10, ball at the 41. Hollingshead, he'll go ahead quickly, but nice play, nice defensive play. I think that's number 53, Wyatt McNeil, the senior outside linebacker, as he filled the lane. No, it might be 57. No, that's 50. I think it was McNeil. He's on the defensive line, however. First down, it'll be second down. First down and 10. Hollingshead on the left side, big hole, and just like that, closed up on another great play. This one by South Summit's, I think, number 28, and that's Hunter Atkinson. He's a sophomore. No, Hagan Miles, they said on the tackle. 8:23 left in the game. 24-10, Beaver down 2 scores to the Wildcats. 2 receivers to the left for Beaver. And there'll be the officials will stop the clock. So now it is third down as they get it correct. Third down and 6. Hollingshead in the shotgun. Back to pass, looking to the left. Has receiver over his head, but good coverage by Reedhead. And that brings up a fourth down and 6, intended for Rhett Jordan of the Beavers. And I'm not sure Hollingshead could have thrown it any lower for risk of the interception, as Reedhead had a pretty good beat on that defensive spot and the angle. Now the Beavers will go for it on fourth down, down 2 scores. The ball's at the 37-yard line of South Summit. So this drive started at the Beaver 32. And you can see Tice Radden running on the sideline, trying to get back in the game. Hollingshead back to pass with 4th down and 6. Big down for the Beavers, and it's going to be complete for the Beavers for the first down at the 30-yard line. That's Spencer Williams with the reception. So the Beavers, with still a breath of life, deep in Wildcat territory. See Hollingshead, drops back, looks to his left, and he rolls. And at the last minute, finds Williams on that comeback route, has just enough. He knew where the sticks were and was able to get that first down. Williams now split to the right. Hollingshead back to pass again, has a pass up, a wider open receiver. That's Rhett Jordan inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And Hollingshead to Jordan in the Beaver passing attack, breathing some life into the Beavers as they go in 1st and goal at about the 7. It's at the 8, so 1st and goal at the 8 for Beaver. And what a beautiful replay by our Southern Utah film team. And that's Porter Hollingshead to Rhett Jordan. So with 7:33, the Beavers down 24-10, and they're in the red zone. 2 receivers to the left. Hollingshead back to pass. And timeout South Summit. It's a Fish Lake Lumber timeout. Drive a little, save a lot. We'll be back in 30.
Hi, this is Len at Fish Lake Lumber Ace Hardware, where I'd like to welcome you to our new paint studio, where we offer Valspar, Clark & Kensington, and Royal paints for your painting experiences. Clark & Kensington is rated #1 in customer reports. We also have a new setup of paint sundry items to make your painting experiences as easy and fun as possible. I'd like to welcome you all to come out and check out our new facility.
Welcome back. Scott Langford here at Southern Utah University. It's a beautiful day for football, and the Beavers making it interesting. 24-10 South Summit with 7:25 left in the game. The Beavers with a 1st and goal on the South Summit 8-yard line. This drive started on the Beaver 32-yard line after the punt by the Wildcats. Hollingshead in the shotgun for Beaver. Hollingshead rolls to the right, falling blockers. South Summit there. Hollingshead will get down near the 5. Call it the 6, where it'll be a short gain on 1st and goal. 2nd down. More importantly, the clock continues to run. The Beavers will have to hurry and be able to hold the Wildcats. And Tice Radden back in the game for Beaver. As he does sub back out, however, the senior with a struggle with an ankle sprain for the last half of the season. Great football player. The Beavers will miss him next year. And there's only 5 seconds on the play clock. Hollingshead in the shotgun. Back to pass, rolling to his left. And he'll drop the ball, and he'll drop it inside the 5, down to the 2. It'll be 3rd and goal at the 2, and the clock continues to run. One of the Beaver players struggling with a leg cramp, it looks like. That's Colby Oakton. The Beavers play will come in from the sideline. 6:24 and counting left in the game. It's a 3rd down and goal at the 2. Big down for both teams for the Wildcats. A stop might mean the game, and for the Beavers, it's new life. Down by 14. And now we'll take a timeout. We'll see what the timeout's about. And they'll reset the 25-second play clock. And now the clock will run. So Beavers 3rd down and goal. Hollingshead in the shotgun. This is usually Porter Hollingshead with the run, and it is. Well, Hollingshead tripped at the line of scrimmage by, I think, a lineman. We'll have to check the replay and see, but it will be 4th down and goal. Beavers will have to go for it on 4th. And here's the replay for those of you online. As Hollingshead goes forward, hard to see, but he definitely trips and falls. So that's no gain on the play, and it's 4th and goal at the 2. Huge down for both teams and a timeout called. And we'll take it as well. It's a Fish Lake Lumber timeout, and we'll be back after this.
If you are looking for delicious food made fresh to order, look no further than Mel's Drive-In. Located in the heart of Beaver, Mel's Drive-In has several menu items that are sure to hit the spot. Mel's offers a variety of burgers, sandwiches, chicken, ice cream, and has recently added Dole Whips to their menu. Stop in Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and check out their lunch and dinner specials. Owners Steve and Crystal Kinross want to thank all of their customers for the support they have shown Mel's through the years and wish all of the Beaver High School teams good luck this 2017-2018 season.
Welcome back. It doesn't get more exciting than this as the Beavers and the Wildcats. And it's the Beavers with the 4th and goal at the 2, down 24-10. And this really could mean the ball game if the Beavers able to score. It's it stays interesting. If they're unable to score, it might spell curtains on their chance to have a three-peat in the 2A classification. They're the two-time defending state champs, but it might come down to this. South Summit loads up with big guys up front, and I'm guessing they're going to key on Porter Hollingshead with Tice Radden out of the lineup. He's one of the big rushers up the middle. He's not in with an ankle injury. And now 4th down and goal. Porter Hollingshead in the shotgun. Back to pass, rolling to his right. The receivers are open. Porter goes ahead, and he will go in. He's down at the 1-yard line. South Summit able to hold, and they take over at the 1-yard line as the Beaver turns it over on downs. What a huge play for the South Summit Wildcats. You can see Hollingshead back to pass, can't find an open receiver, tries to cut up and run, and was stopped. And couldn't see the number of the South Summit Wildcat who made that defensive stop on the goal line, but that ball will go back to South Summit on the 1-yard line. 5:37 left, now barring turnovers. The South Summit Wildcats have the opportunity to put this one away. Atkinson in the goal, and he's in the end zone, tripped up, and he'll go down with no gain on the play, maybe out to the 1.5. So let's give him a gain of 1 on that first down. And South Summit will use all of the clock. There's 2 timeouts for both teams left in the game. South Summit, I'm sure, will use all of the play clock. 2nd down and 9. Grayjack and Reedhead split to the right, and 2 receivers to the left. That's Strocker. Back to pass, Atkinson with a slant over. It's Keegan Strocker, and he's wide open. He might go all the way down to the 40. Grayjack with him. Porter Hollingshead will tackle him at the 40, but that is going to be a 50-yard gain from Atkinson to Keegan Strocker, and South Summit into Beaver territory on one big play. You can take a look at this as Strocker just cuts over the middle and takes a nice slant route, and he's really the speed of Porter Hollingshead, the only thing stopping that. And Parker Grayjack does a nice job of not picking up a foul as he runs with the player, but he didn't want to have any possibility of a penalty. So just like that, South Summit into Beaver territory with 4:39 left. And the South Summit Wildcats look for a little revenge against the 2-time defending state champs. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Atkinson hands off to Danzy. Up the right side, big hole. He's going to go 20, 10, and touchdown, Jared Danzy. That's a 42-yard touchdown run for Jared Danzy, as that puts South Summit up by 20. And that might have sealed the deal for the South Summit Wildcats as they look to be state champs and go undefeated on the season. And right now they're barring a miracle. It looks like they're going to make it. Georgie will try the attempt after touchdown. And South Summit's got to move some players on. So our score right now, 30-10, looking to be 31-10. The kick is up and is good. 31-10, we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Mike's Food Town in Beaver is proud to serve Beaver County with a wide selection of items at competitive prices. Mike's Food Town is your friendly hometown grocer with the choicest cuts of meat prepared daily. They also go the extra mile to offer the freshest produce on a daily basis. Stop by Mike's Food Town and you'll find out about the super savings in every department. That's Mike's Food Town, located at 270 North Main in Beaver. Happy to support Beaver High School's athletic and academic programs. That's Mike's Food Town.
Welcome back. Scott Langford here from Southern Utah University, and the South Summit Wildcats put a punctuation mark on their season as they go from the 1-yard line on a 99-yard drive as they take it down to the Beavers and score 31-10. And just like all season long, the Wildcats capitalize on big plays. And on that drive, it was 2 big plays. One 60-yard pass play from Atkinson to Strocker, and then a run by Jared Danzy, a 42-yard run for a touchdown. And so they cover the whole length of the field in 2 plays with their running back and their wide receiver. It's South Summit 31, the Beavers 10, 4:20 left in the game, and Cole Georgia will kick off. The kick is up, it's down on the field. Going to take a bounce, go back to Jordan at the 15. Jordan cuts back to the right. He'll be tackled at the 20, and nice coverage on the kick. So that little pooch kick does exactly what it's supposed to. Tackle by number 32, McCall Rose, a junior for South Summit. Beavers start on their own 20-yard line. Now the Beavers will have to score extremely quickly. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but definitely unlikely that the Beavers can score 3 touchdowns to tie it up in 4 minutes. It's been done. Hollingshead back to pass, looking to his left, and the pass is going to be intercepted. This is a pick 6. This one will go all the way for the touchdown, and that'll do it. Braxton Crystal with a 15-yard interception for a touchdown, and that puts it out of reach for the Beavers. Only 12 seconds in that drive. And the South Summit Wildcats, Braxton Crystal with the pick 6, and they go up, and celebration on the visitors' side of the field. Not sure what happened as far as the coverage there. Is the pass really Crystal in the perfect position, didn't have to make a play, and went right to him. He might have gone unnoticed by the quarterback. So 37-10 now the score, and Georgie with the extra point. Like deja vu, just happened like 8 seconds ago. And Georgie with the kick is up and good. And just like that, this one's going to South Summit 38-10 when we come back after 30 seconds.
Have a toothache? Give us a call at Mountain View Family Dental. Located at 885 North, 50 East in Beaver, Dr. Delmont Myers, Alicia, Jeanette, and Diane will kindly and professionally take care of all your dentistry needs. Mountain View Family Dental accepts new patients and most insurance plans. Dr. Myers has been practicing in Beaver for 17 years and has developed a reputation of trust and dependability. He and his staff are proud supporters of Beaver High School athletics, academics, and their student athletes, and wish them the very best this sports season.
Welcome back. And after a scoreless third quarter for South Summit, the Wildcats have exploded in this fourth quarter, and they score a field goal. It all started off with a field goal, a 32-yard field goal by Cole Georgie, and then that's followed up by a 42-yard run by Jared Danzy, the junior, and then also a 15-yard pick 6 by number 15, Braxton Crystal, and it is 38-10. South Summit looks to be your 2A state champs, and they look like they will go undefeated on the season. For the Beavers, it will be Jordan and Williams back to receive the kick. Here's the kickoff. Kick is down on the field and going to be taken by Jordan. And that one will be downed out just outside the 20-yard line at about the 23. So now the Beavers down by 28 with 4 minutes and 5 seconds left. And the Beavers, a very senior-oriented team. Most of these players will be graduating and moving on after this game. South Summit with a good mixture. Some real talent in those seniors, but they've got some juniors back. They got a quarterback and a running back coming back. Motion for the Beavers. Hollingshead hands off to Riker Albrecht around the left side, big hole. Around the 30, 35-yard line. He keeps running outside near the 40-yard line. It'll be first down. Clock stopped with the out of bounds. So Cole Georgie, the senior, runs that player out of bounds. So the Kohler Banker play of the game, there's about 3 candidates, and one was the long pass from Parker Grajek to Keegan Strocker, and also the pass from Atkinson to Strocker here in the fourth quarter, as well as the 42-yard run by Jared Danzy. And it's going to be Hollingshead keeps the ball, and he'll be tackled for a loss, called a loss of 2 on first down. It'll be second down and 12. Of course, the play of the game sponsored by Coldwell Banker. For expert real estate and accounting services, call Gary Brown at Coldwell Banker Advantage Realty Majestic Financial Services. Oh, it's an easy number to remember, 435-438-7777. Hollingshead back to pass, rolling to his right. No one really open. Oh, Williams does come open, and it's a gain of about 4 on first down. Looked like he was well covered. Williams made a nice adjustment as Hollingshead had nowhere to go on the run. Ball's at the 42. Clock stopped 3:35. It's 38 South Summit, 10 Beaver. In the 2A state championship game again next, coming up is Milford and Duchesne in a rematch of an early game that Duchesne won. And Beaver County excited as the whole county over to watch these two teams support the Beavers and the Tigers. Hollingshead back to pass, looking to his left. Now he's right under some pressure, runs out of the pressure, and will get the ball away, and it's caught by Walter LeBaron. They'll say incomplete, and might have been hit a little soon, but it's going to be incomplete nonetheless. It'll be third down coming for Beaver. Clock stopped at 3:26. As far as Mike's Foodtown offensive players of the game, we'll have those coming up. And it's the Sunrise Engineering postgame. It will be brief, but a lot of fun here from Southern Utah University. The 2A state championship game, 3:26 left in the game. 38-10, South Summit with a commanding lead over the Beavers. And it's 4th down and 7. Split out to the left, Williams and Albrecht. With Albrecht, that's Riker. Back to pass, Hollingshead. Here's a screen play coming to LeBaron. LeBaron with the tight end screen. Goes forward for a first down on 4th down, so the Beavers maintain possession. The ball spotted right at midfield on the first down. That's kind of a wrinkle that hasn't been seen much this season with the tight end screen. And LeBaron with steady hands. First down and 10. Hollingshead back to pass again. Blitz picked up, pass is up, and intended for number 37. That's Braxton Albrecht, and knocked away by Crystal, Georgie, and one other player who won't turn. There we go. Number 9 also there on defense. Sebastian Midkirk, senior defensive back. Good senior class for South Summit as well. This class has played in 3 state championship games as well. 2 receivers to the left. 2nd down and 10. Hollingshead back to pass. Oh, he'll run, draw, and it's got some good yardage on that second down. First down and more, down to the 40, 35-yard line. Call it the 32 as Porter Albrecht continues to move the ball with 3:01 left in the game. Again, mostly out of reach. 38-10, South Summit. But the Beavers making a respectable move towards the end. And some Beaver players coming in the game. It'll be Josh Wood. And also Clellan Bradshaw bringing in from the sideline. A first down and 10. Ball's at the 32. Hollingshead in the shotgun. Again, back to pass. Blitz picked up. Pass intended for Bradshaw. Oh, over his head. Decent coverage by South Summit. It'll be 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Again, 2:56 left. Our Timberline in sub of the game today will enjoy tantalizing dishes from the finest chefs in Southern Utah. Appreciate this Timberline Inn, always a great sponsor of Beaver High School and high school athletics on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, as well as Centricom, Local 10. Hollingshead under center now. Will pitch to Albrecht, now back to Riker Albrecht, who hit as he throws the pass, and it will have to be an adjustment. And it's going to be intercepted, and that would be intercepted by who else? By Strocker. So Keegan Strocker with an interception. And that one, Riker Albrecht back to pass, and you can see on the replay if you're watching, as he goes to throw this, he's hit right as he throws, so the ball kind of like goes a little short. To be fair, though, South Summit was all over that one with Strocker, who played that one well. And if we had to do a player of the game for South Summit, it would be Keegan Strocker, although there's other players, Atkinson and a couple others. Danzy played very well, so all 3 played very well, including great line play and defensive plays. At South Summit, there's a reason they're undefeated, and they will be the 2A state champs. On the right side, Danzy, Jared Danzy, and he'll get a couple on first down, and 2 minutes, 40 seconds left in this championship matchup. So South Summit taking their time. Beavers making a lot of substitutions with some of the seniors who might not play a lot. And a big hand for some seniors. Brody Munoz, Austin Carter, Walter LeBaron come off the field. Those seniors get a big hand. Also Shaw Coombs coming off the field as well. No, he'll stay on the field. And LeBaron will come off the field. Trying to see the quarterback. It is still Atkinson. On the right side, handoff to number 29 for South Summit. That's Hagan Miles, the junior running back for South Summit. And it'll be 3rd down. Clock continues to run with 1:51 left in the game. 38-10. And it's been all South Summit in this one. And South Summit will huddle up. They've been running the no huddle most of the game, but they'll want to burn some clock on this one. Number 40, Austin Wayman, comes in the game for the Beavers. And he'll play the safety position. He's got a broken arm in a cast, soft cast. And running around the right side. And a nice run by South Summit for another first down across the 40-yard line, make it to 43 or 44. And it'll be a first down with 1:19 left. So Clellan Bradshaw with the tackle for the Beavers. And Rhett Jordan will come off the field for the Beavers, another great senior for the Beavers as well. First down and 10 for South Summit. Now down to a minute left in the game, as Atkinson will take the shotgun snap. It'll actually be a penalty, illegal substitution, as South Summit had 12 men on the field. Yeah, it's one of those things with the end of the game when you're trying to get some substitutions in, you find out that you've got 2 tackles, which makes one a tight end. So the penalty will be 5 yards and move the Wildcats back 5. And some more substitutions also for the Beavers. Colton Brown comes in the game for the Beavers. And he replaces Brendan Light, who's been on the field. Big shout out to all those who have watched high school football from across the land, Virginia and more. Big shout out to the Erickson's family. And one of the South Summit Wildcats, I think on purpose, they had one of their players who broke his leg as they did a pass out of bounds, and he pretends to get a touchdown. And that was a designed play. So I'm not sure the Beavers are amused, but South Summit Wildcats enjoyed it. Jackson Lashy, and that they do call the 15-yard penalty. And Lashy out of bounds. He broke his leg a couple games ago, the senior wide receiver for South Summit. High school kids. So 47 seconds left in this one. And it'll be second down and long. And victory formation for South Summit. Atkinson will just take a knee. And no contact there, so that'll knock 25 seconds. There'll be one more attempt, and South Summit will become the 2A state championships, and that stops a streak of 2 straight for the Beavers. And these two teams have faced off in the last 2. None of the games have been close. The Beavers blew out the Wildcats both in 15 and 16, but the Wildcats get revenge in 2017 as they're going to take the 28-point victory against the Beavers. And that should do it as we come down to 17, and the team celebrates on the field at Southern Utah University. And South Summit Wildcats will go undefeated for this championship. And this has been a very talented group of players, and the margin of victory 40, and today it was 28. So the South Summit Wildcats well deserving of the 2A state championship. Right now we'll have the Sunrise Engineering postgame and take a very short break and come back for the trophy presentation.
Sensitive, gentle, and personal service are all words that describe North Creek Family Dental. Doctors Boyd Bandy, David S. Howard, and their staff are committed to ensuring that you have teeth that look good, feel good, and last a lifetime. North Creek Family Dental invests time and money in staying up to date on all the latest procedures and techniques that can help improve your self-esteem and get your smile to sparkle. Call 435-438-2931 or visit their office at 55 North 400 East in Beaver. North Creek Family Dental is a proud supporter of Beaver High School academics and athletics.
Welcome back. It's the Sunrise Engineering postgame promoting athletic and academic excellence. Visit them at sunrise-eng.com. And for the Sunrise Engineering postgame, it's going to be a state championship for the South Summit Wildcats as they go undefeated, a perfect 12-0 on the season. The Beavers dropped to 10-2 with their only 2 losses coming at the hands of these same Wildcats. And so a big congratulations to South Summit as they return to the championship realm. They played in 7 of the last 9, and they've been in 5 straight, and won 2 of those. So South Summit Wildcats, your 2017 2A state champions in the 2A classification. So that's a great accomplishment to go undefeated and win in such convincing fashion. And so now with the championship presentation, you can see the trophy there. And I'm not sure who, trying to see, it was Brendan Jackson from the Utah High School Activity Association brought the trophy over. And I'm not sure who has it currently, but the trophy will be presented to the South Summit Wildcats. And you can take a look at it right now. You can also see the Beavers as they get prepared to take the silver trophy home, and certainly no shame in the last 3 seasons. It's been the Beavers with 2 firsts and a second, and the Wildcats with a first and 2 seconds. So here's the trophy presentation. So the principal of South Summit High School will actually present the trophy to the team, as he's on the board with the UHSAA, and so he gets the privilege of presenting this trophy to the Wildcats. And Rob Cuff and Brennan Jackson on the field as they allow the principal to present this trophy. And you can see Coach Grayjack talking to the players if you're watching online. And the trophy presentation from the principal. You get a close-up. Eventually they will present this trophy. We're going to delay it just a minute. And the Beavers line up and give a hand to the South Summit Wildcats. And now the presentation of the trophy as they hoist it high in the air. And the 2A state champions, the South Summit Wildcats, 12-0 on the season as the student body rushes the field and celebrate with their team. And now the Beavers receive the 2nd place trophy from the Utah High School Activities Association President Rob Cuff, and from Brennan Jackson as well. So the Beavers finished the season with a 10-2 record, and South Summit with 12-0. Hope you enjoyed this afternoon's game. We won't cover stats or anything else. Players of the game would definitely be from South Summit with Strocker, my pick for first, but Atkinson and Danzy, close seconds and thirds, and then there was some great defensive play. Really, South Summit dominated this game. It was closer than it might have seemed, but they did a great job. There were some interceptions for Crystal as well with the pick 6, and Strocker with a defensive interception, so a lot to do. The Beavers say goodbye to a very talented